Made a way, I'm the one and they talk about. I get cheddar like I work it in and out. Of the laser, then we finna point them out. I was little, knew I get a big amount. Used to ride on the top of the handlebar. You ain't hated, but bet on the shit now. Tell them I'm turned, I can't turn down. Trap on me making the bird sounds. I go Drake, can't tow that Glock, you ain't had no switch. I got bitch strapped my waistline, so whole trap up my glitz. I got fake plates on the interstate, keep 12 up out my business. Shoot granddad, start cracking cars, cause I knew I had to go ahead and get it. Just scrape out the pot like a restaurant. I'm a man, I'ma say with my chest out. Just the Europe, I've coated his death stock. Hollow tip, I'm like, fuck with your vest stop. I get geeked, I might pop me a Tesla. Figure for that bitch like I'm a wrestler. I bought work, no, I don't need a measure. Started out, I was just a finesse. Rockin' for my shit is real matter. By the op, they call him a medic. I got bigger and bigger.
Yeah. Alright, you can hear me well?
Yeah. I got Bruce Wayne running laps around, I'm like on Usain. My niggas too wide, they can be tame. Get you stepped on for some new chain. Made a way, I'm the one and they talk about. I get cheddar like I work it in and out.
What you listening to?
I was little, knew I get a big amount. Used to ride on the top of the handlebar. You ain't hated, but better than shit now. Tell them I'm turned, I can turn down. Trap on me making the bird sounds. Drake, can't tow that Glock, you ain't had no switch. I got bitch strapped my waistline, so whole trap up my glitz. I got fake plates on the interstate, keep 12 up out my business. Shoot granddad, start cracking cars, I knew I had to go ahead and get it.
We get into it shooting like Rambo. How about Bella left out in the Lambo? I've been traveling the world and staying low. Shooters with felonies that can't go. That's why I be on Insta with all of them pictures. My hitters can live it in real time. When they're in and hyping and typing about how they gon' take out my light, I'ma still shine. I was broke at the bottom, the bucket list. Now I'm whipping the flies, culling it. Now they bit like McDonald's, they loving it. Got the face that I fuck her and dugging it. I be stepping with all the diamonds are busting and all of my whips are a hell of a car. I'm living like CJ and GTA, baby, the most wanted 5 federal stars, yeah.
Drake, can't tow that Glock, you ain't had no switch. I got bitch strapped my waistline, so whole trap up my glitz. I got fake plates on the interstate, keep 12 up out my business. Shooting granddad, start cracking cars, cause I knew I had to go ahead and get it.
I rocked with that, but lately I haven't been playing music or any of that.
That's the only thing I can really do. Just listen to music either on my way home or at work. That's when I get to music. When I'm home, I don't have time for music.
The only time I'd really have to listen to music is if, like, when I'm driving. But then when you're driving in Philadelphia, you don't really have time to rock out to your music, you know, dog. Like, shit just get me so fucked up in traffic, man.
Nah, I don't let traffic get me worked.
Nah, bro, you need to understand these niggas over here just do stupid shit, bro. Yo, imagine, right? I'm on pull up to the right. So he in the shoulder. I try pass from the shoulder. And I'm like, yo, you can't pass me. So he ended up on burnout and he couldn't pass me. Then we see bad boy trail through traffic now with that glass buckle in there. I'm like, yo, don't do it. Like I look at, yo, we make eye contact, you know. Like, don't do it. Real need to understand. Over here, that man just fucking stupid, you know.
Philly people weird. I don't understand how people can get worked up over traffic. It's
bro, you driving and then some fucking person just start merging into you. Like, yo, what is wrong with you? I know you see me here. They just, they drive like they brainless. Shit pissed me off.
That's the worst thing that happened to you this week. Traffic.
Man, traffic happens to me every day.
Yeah, no.
I'm gonna start walking everywhere.
Let me see the last. I don't know. I almost got into an accident, I think, last week. But that's because a guy was being stupid. It's like, I don't know what happened. I saw him weaving through traffic for the longest, and I said, that's none of my business. And I kept driving, and he, like when somebody's speeding up, and you can see them gauging whether or not they can make it, and they say, I'm not slowing down, I have to make it one way or the other. I'm looking at this man because I'm still going steadily on cruise control, putting it next to this car. I'm looking at how fast he's coming. And to the right to me, he can't go that way because all the lanes over there backed up. And there's just this small gap between me and this other car that was right on my right. Now, on the left side of me, because I'm in the fast lane, the left side of me is like this open up gap, I guess, for like, what we call it, police and ambulance and so. So just an extra lane, but there's a solid line next to it. So you can't go over there. So I'm not expecting the man to go over there at all. So I'm thinking he could try to squeeze you. So I put a little bit over to the left, going close to the line to give him enough room to squeeze through because I'm not slowing down.
Why would you think he was going to try to squeeze through you and another car went an open lane over there?
Because the way how I want to call it the barrier and not an island. The way how the barriers stay because I use it to go home every day, I know that it's gonna close in, like the wall is gonna like just smoothly come back in close to the line. And from where I was, he did not take that chance. So I'm thinking his only plausible and logical move is to go on the right and to try to squeeze through. So I'm looking in my side mirrors and looking at my rear view, and I'm just like, it was kind of getting intense. What's it, the man speeding? And I have no idea what he's gonna do. No indication or nothing.
Like, I'm listening to you, but I feel like I need to see where it is because I drive over here. I feel like I drive ignorant too. So I kind of need to see it because I could probably justify why he did it.
Okay, you see like how you have one of those lanes the water close and there's a sign?
Mm-hmm.
That's how the island stays. So it's like, it's just closing in. So it's open, there's a solid line and it's clear extra lane, but just ahead is going to close in and then it's just my lane. There's no squeezing in. So I'm about 3 car lengths away from that. No, it has to be more than that. About 4 car lengths from that, right?
How far was he from you?
Not that far because he was moving. Right?
So he had
a sports car. It's a sports car.
He had that.
Yeah, I didn't know. So out of nowhere, look, he been taunting behind me for the longest because he's just trying to overtake every minute. And I hear him rev up and he'll go into literally the next lane and past man's coming up, right? So there's a big gap between me and the next guy, so he's speeding up. I just said, you know what, let me just take it cool. Don't slow down, do nothing. I'm not trying to fuck up his game. And I'm looking to my right thinking, let me see how we can pass you there because the other guy to the right slowing down also. The gap is getting smaller and smaller. I'm just praying that he bail. When the man reached right behind me, and I'm saying he have to knock his indicator right and then make the maneuver or it's too late. The boy just go left. He didn't indicate, so he just went left. And this is me. Hey, shit. So now I'm thinking maybe I need to make some more space because now the gap is about to close. And I'm thinking, why am I making this fucking gap, doing all this for this man? I'm not wrong. So I stayed where I was. Didn't even try to make no space. But I'm looking at the gap closing. I'm looking at the guy next to me. And I'm looking at him going, right? And he just, shoo. And before I knew it, the man cleared the gap, right? Before I even got to it happened so fast. It didn't even make sense if it was 1 car length apart from the closed intersection. Not intersection, the closed lane. He could have made it if it was 1 car distance away from that. I'm like, that car's fucking ridiculous.
He could have, but I don't think he would have tried that time.
Nah, but the handling of that car, it happened so clean. I was mad impressed. I was like, fuck, maybe I need a car like that.
What kind of car was it?
You can't ask me. You have to ask everyone.
Okay, describe the badge. It sounded like the car you were close for a while. What was the badge?
I want to say just look like a shield.
You don't want to say it looks like a shield.
No, like I remember kind of look shield related. I'm just like, that looked like a medieval shield type emblem. But it was like a gray sportsy car with a nice spoiler. That's all I can give you.
From as far as, let me see. Because before me just say something, let me not.
But nah, yeah. This last 3 weeks been tough for me, dog.
So you said it's shaped like a shield?
Mm-hmm.
So it was some type of Lambo that passed you?
Something, dog. It was not impressive. Nah, my last 3 weeks been tough, dog.
What you been up to?
Work. The man's told me I had to replace 3 trampolines and I had to get it done within 3 weeks. And in my head, I'm thinking 4 weeks I need. At first, we went to this meeting because we had, remember those 13 trampolines I said I did a while back? So apparently Ryan took 3 of those trampolines and sold to somebody else to make a quick income. Because he said we had the trampolines ready for the company, but then they weren't asking for them. So he's like, all right, I'm just sell 3. Soon as he sold them, the man said, all right, I'm ready. So I was like, fuck. So he's like, all right, I need you to work on this real quick. Get them done for me, right? Because it's supposed to be out. So I'm saying, all right, bet. So in my head, I'm thinking, how can I get these done? Like, there's a downtime to set up each process. And I like to work on one thing for a while, like let's say 10 of these trampolines, because they're done in like 3 parts, the legs, the midsection, and some end bars. So I like to work on just the legs, finish 10 trampolines, 10 legs worth of trampoline, and then move on to the midsection, the end bars and whatnot. So he said, do 3. So I know it's going to be like a couple hours to set it up, get it, get accustomed to that, and then start pushing it out. And then when I finish, I have to take it off and do the same thing. Now for the legs, I have to do the legs for last because there was a new design and the boss never gave it. But before I get into that, Ryan said, I want you to get 3 trampoline done for me. So I said, all right, bet. That's 6 legs. Cool. That's not no biggie. I'm thinking about the time frame. I'm like, all right, I need a month to comfortably get everything done properly. Then Ryan said something about I'm trying to get everything shipped out by the first week in May. So I was like, he said the first week in May. I mean, I had to start the trampolines last week. So now I'm thinking that in my head, right? And then I realized he moved on. So I was like, yo, real quick, Ryan, you want these done in the first week of May or the second week of May? He's like, the first. So I'm there now thinking, fuck, can I do it? And he's like, I need it done by then. So I'm like, all right. So when he did talking, I'm thinking, how? So I stopped him again.
Did you look him in the face? I said that was a ridiculous request.
It was over the phone. He had his husband had COVID, so he was negative, but he didn't want to come in and risk it. So he was waiting like the 5 days to be clear. So I'm there and I'm like,
my man just didn't want to face you when he said that bullshit.
So he's over the phone, all of us just like in the other rooms listening. So as he did talking, I'm thinking, there's a lot of reasons why this can't happen in 3 weeks. So I said, Ryan, you remember we changed the design and y'all never gave me the details for the new design of the legs? He's like, oh shit, I forgot. I have to go talk to Dave. So I said, you still want it in 3 weeks? He said, yes. I said, okay. So now I'm starting to do everything else, doing the end bars in the midsection. When I got to the midsections, I said, hey, Ryan, you remember those, what call it, DOMs that the leg's supposed to go into? Did you get those yet? He said, no. So I said, how am I supposed to finish these? He's like, I'll find an alternative. I was like, okay. So I had to wait on those now. So now I'm behind again in parts. So now I have to take off the shit that I was just working on that I just set up and take those down to go do the end bars. So I'm doing the end bars and everything. Then I have to go to do the midsections. And then I get back to the legs. Now Dave had to go give me a design. And Dave telling me, Dave don't realize or remember that we changed from piping, cylindrical pipes to like rectangular pipes. So his design came with like tubing. So I'm looking at the tubing. I'm like, I hear you. Do I tell you that your whole plan is fucked because that's not the size that we're using? And I'm thinking, it don't matter. So he told me all the measurements that he needed and how to make it work and a whole bunch of spacing. But then Dave changed around the whole design of the midsections. So I'm looking at the midsection and said, Dave, we can't just change the midsections to accommodate the new design of the legs. He's like, what do you mean? You want this to be like strong and everything? And at first I was just gonna let him do his thing and then just make what he wants. But in my head, I'm thinking, if I do that, it's gonna be a lot of work for me and I'm not gonna get these things done in 3 weeks. So I told Dave, if you push the DOMs over to the left, it's gonna cause the imbalance because it's no longer center. And the thing that you're running from is going to happen. It's going to strain it and snap these things because of all the force from the trampoline and the bounce and the stuff. So it's basically like taking something from center and putting it all the way to the right and have people jump it on the inside. You get what I mean, right?
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. So I look at it, I'm like, how this man looking at the same picture that I'm looking at? How come he don't see the flaw here? So I told him, he's like, yeah, you're right. That don't make no sense. So he said, just leave it and we'll see. So I said, before we make any change, I'll make the first one, ask Christian to set it up. And once that works and they okay with it, I'll just make the rest, the other two legs to fit. So because everything was so out, like it wasn't proportionate to what we usually have, I had to do a whole bunch of fitting to get everything to be like straight and to do it together. So I managed to finish those trampolines this week, like literally yesterday, on Thursday. And I left JJ the help to fix them. This guy, I don't want to talk too bad about this guy, but he's the worst. This guy he's pointless because I'll tell him how to do a thing and tell him the best way I found to do it. And this man will look at me and say, all right. And then do his own thing. And I'm just like, why am I talking? Right? I tell this man. I
want to make your own mistakes.
And I understand that, right? Because I told him I keep telling him, don't rush, take your time. There's no rush. Once you're ahead of me, that's good, right? And I let him know that there's a certain amount of error I could still work with. It's going to take some time away from what I have to do to correct it. But don't be under too much pressure that if you fuck it up, I can't weld it because I can weld it, right? Just to take some pressure off of him. Turns out that was not the thing I needed to say because this man was like, so this thing in here and cut and see what happened. I keep having problems because he would forget to tighten the vise when he cutting things. So the blade will cut and then just start moving the material. I was like, hey, yo, tighten it. He's like, oh, yeah, tighten it. And then cut. And then he'll come back and when he's like putting an angle on it, he'll push it the wrong way and say, why this thing not moving? And be pushing it with all his might. I'm like, bro, because the blade is catching on the guard. Push it the other direction. He's like, yeah. Right? So I'm just like, what's up with this big man dog? Right? And it came out so bad that every cut that he made, because the blade was kind of fucked, had a small angle on it, but you couldn't see it with your eye. So he's thinking, I'm doing a good job. And when I'm putting it together, I'm just like, it's so weird because if I turn it, let's say, one way, it looks flush. But if I flip it and then butt it together, you can definitely see an angle, like a little V. So I'm just like, that's a problem. But still in the bounds of me to correct. I can fix that. So this week now, after I finished the midsection, he cleaned those. The end bars, he cleaned those. I'm doing the legs. And I know I'm going to finish this week. So I tell Ryan, everything's supposed to be on task. I'm going to finish them this week. We good. Right? So next week, you can send shit out. I asked Ryan, we have any other projects coming up? He said, yes, another order's coming for 30 trampolines, right? He didn't put any time limit on there, and I didn't ask for any time limit because I'm like, if I ask, you're going to give me one, and it's going to be unreasonable. So I'm like, I'm going to go fucking ask. I said, you know what? I'm going to see if I can come up with a cut list for and instructions for JJ to follow and see what, bro, hold on. Before I get to that, the funniest thing happened, right? Because I just assumed there has to be a reason why JJ is failing to comprehend what I'm saying. Either I'm not talking properly or my accent is getting in the way or some shit. So I said something to him and he said, what he said? So I said, okay, he clearly not hearing me. So I kind of repeated myself slowly and clearly, right? And he went and go do his thing. So he came back again, asking me another question.
Oh, you talk to him. Because I feel like all this man though is an angry Jamaican man. They work a make nice for you.
No, like he would come in and ask for stuff. Like one of the things that I'm annoyed with, I tell him every morning when I come in and start working at 7, come down at 8 o'clock to see if there's anything for you to do. And also come down at 12 o'clock. So if you come down at 8 and you ask, is there anything to do? I said, nah, just come back later. I'm expecting you to come back after lunch, right? Told this man bare times. This man will come down at 10 o'clock. This man will come down at 1 o'clock. And I'm just like, this man just don't care. This disrespecting me like this. Like, but in my head, I'm thinking, it don't really matter because at the end of the day.
Because, you know, AD boss, y'all tell them all what to do, right? That's really what it is. You're just a boss from the man to the man. Do your own thing.
Because I'm his fucking boss. It is he was literally hired to help me, to take some stress off of me so I could work. But I keep having to look over his shit. So I might as well do it myself. The thing is, he's supposed to be helping me clean and cut so I can just weld and assemble. This man would do a thing and try to rush to go upstairs because his roommate is the one who told him that we're looking for somebody to help me out, right? And his roommate makes and paints and weave and trims and make the trampoline beds and shit like that. So he can go upstairs and chill and talk and cut and help tidy up the bed and stuff like that, right? Mm-hmm. So what he was doing before this was he was working at a butcher shop or some shit, a restaurant or something in the kitchen. So I'm assuming he don't really like to get dirty. And upstairs he can sit down and rest and not do as much load, right? So whatever. I'm always assuming that he's just trying to run back to go take it easy. So he keep rushing shit. And I'm mad little like, bro, stop rushing. You don't have to rush. Bare time to tell this man, there's 2 things you have to do. When you're cleaning these things, use the wire brush, then the flapper this, then the stone this. And just to make sure you've done everything correctly, just rub your finger across all the areas where you think might be sharp, just to make sure that you did your job properly. This man would leave the wire. I look at the wire brush. This man just say, I'll use that right now. And then start using the flapper this. The reason I tell him use the wire brush is some things will look like it's going to take a while to get off. But if you just put a little pressure on it, it will just knock off, right? And it will save him having to grind away at the material because we're trying to save the material as much as we can. And it's supposed to escalate like this. If the wire brush can't take it off, you go to the flapper this and grind it. If the flapper this can't really grind it off, you need something stronger, use the whatever. And in between, before you even go up, you try to use your chisel to knock off a few things. Now, I watched this man do about six end bars and then go investigate after he done. And I just take off my gloves and start rubbing my finger, start getting bare cuts and scratches. I said, hey, touch this for me. Ooh, that's sharp. I was like, could you grind it off for me? He's like, okay, yeah. I wasn't finished. I was like, you weren't finished? Because you look like you're asking me what next to do, right? Midsection next. Man do the same fuckery. He just neglect to use the wire brush. And he said, all right, I'm finished. So I go back and I check the last one that he was working on. And I go rub my finger. I said, feel this. He's like, ooh, that's sharp. I was like, why are we still fucking doing this, bro? You've been here from time. I swear it's 2 or 3 months, the boy here. Anyways, back to the whole thing. So I'm talking to this man, right? And something tells me he don't understand shit that I'm saying. So this is me. So yeah, so I want you to do right? He's like, you get that? He's like, yeah, I got that. So in my head, I'm fucking baffled. Because this is me. Bro, I didn't say shit. And you said you got it. What the fuck you got? So now I'm looking, my expression, mad surprise, my eyes open, and I'm just smiling, looking at this man, thinking, bro, I want to see what you're going to do right now. I want to see. I let this man walk off and kind of like look at the blade, kind of fumble around a little, and I'm here welding, and every so often I glance up at him to try to figure like, what he gonna do? Because I know there's nothing this man can do because I said nothing. And then he come back and say, real quick, just to double check. I said, double check, nigga. I said nothing to you. Right? And I had shit for him to do, but I just wanted to see if he would tell me anything. Like, if you don't understand, just ask me to repeat or tell me you don't understand, because I will talk better. I will try. Right? So anyways, this week, after I told him that Ryan says that we having another set of trampolines, so I need you to cut at least 200 pieces, right? 200 pieces. So it's 30 trampolines that I need. So it's 60 pieces of this thing that I need. But I want to do an extra 20 trampolines, so I need him to cut like 200. So it was like, let's see, 60, it's 4 pieces. So I need 120 something pieces, right? 120? You know, for the maths. I told him I need 200 pieces. So the piece that he had, I knew he wasn't going to get 200 pieces, but he would get like a fair amount. And I tell Ryan to order the rest. I was going to do all that fucking maths this weekend. So when I go back, I have some hard things for them to follow. Before I left, I drew on the table exactly what I wanted, right? I said, I want these things to cut at this angle, this length, blah, 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 blah. I made a mistake and caught it because I said on the other end, I wanted it to be cut at 20 when it's supposed to be 5. But I caught him when he was doing like the 6th one. I said, oh shit, ayo, let me see that. Stop doing that. Give me the pieces that you cut off. I'll weld them back on. But just don't put on no more angles. I'll do it myself, right? That's just a small little fixture. It's no biggie, right? When I'm done, I'm telling him, all right, because the horizontal blade can only cut like a 60 and I need a 90 on these ends. I'll teach you how to do that one with the cutting this on the grinder. When the man come and bring the pieces to me, he must have cut at least over 100 pieces. I go put my 90-degree ruler on it, and I realize the thing already at fucking 90. So this is me. How? So in my head, I'm thinking, if this blade can only cut up to 60 degrees, how the fuck they say 90? So I'm thinking, I run over to the bandsaw and I look at the bandsaw. It maxed out at 60. I come back and measure 90. So this is me. That don't make no sense, right? So now I'm looking at this, I'm thinking, what the fuck did this man, how this man creating this miracle? So I'm checking everything except the initial cut, right? Because he made a few of those legs for me before, so I know he knows how to do this particular part, right? So I'm confused as to what's happening. I'm checking my ruler. I'm checking to see if it's actually 90. I come back, I check it again. This is me. The only thing that could be wrong right now is the angle that I have it on. I go check that, the angle off by 10. So on the bandsaw, because it can only cut like, I'm not even getting to that. I told him to set it to 20. His own was set to 30. So in order for me to correct it, I think I had to add like 10 to the 90 so I can get 100. And now I'm thinking, sir, you understand how difficult you're making this for me? So I'm now kind of fucking losing my shit, but I'm trying to hold it together. And he's like, oh shit, sorry. So I'm just like, I can't because I have shit to finish. So I said, leave it. I'll figure it out. And then later that day, Ryan called me and said, hey, real quick, the guys who we sent the trampoline out to, they're having a problem setting up the trampoline. Like, could you send me a picture of how it's supposed to look? I said, oh, I don't have a picture of how that one was set up because I never took any picture. I just made it and then sent it out to you, right? He's just like, yeah, whatever. I said, I have a model or a drawing of the newer models, but not the old prototype that they've made because they made it on the fly. He's like, okay, send me that one. So I sent him that one. And he's like, those guys can't figure it out. They have a team to set up the trampoline and they just can't figure out where the turnbuckles go. So I said, okay. He said, all right, I'm going to send you a picture. You just write out where they're supposed to go the correct length for whatever. He sent me the trampoline is one of the new ones that I made sometime last year, December. So now I'm fucking puzzled because I'm just like, hey yo, the turnbuckles I made weren't for these. Y'all sent turnbuckles for something else. So now they're like, what the fuck you mean? So now they kind of turn on me, give me whole kind of attitude and so now I'm just like, hey, I'm the fucking villain all of a sudden, the black guy in this white world, right? So
You
I'm
know, I
mm,
wanted to ask you if the dude was like or a white guy.
is everybody is white except me.
You see, I really wanted to ask, but I just never did. Cause when I was gonna ask, ask like if he was black, but I wanted him to be white.
Nah, he was white.
Yeah, I just didn't know how to ask though. So boom. Thanks.
So I'm there listening, and I'm seeing everybody like, oh, blah, blah, blah. So now I'm listening, I'm thinking, fuck. I messed up. But I'm thinking about it, I'm like, I kind of didn't really mess up because when I was working on the 3 trampolines for Ryan came and said, hey, I'm sending out this order real quick. I want this stuff what you're doing and like help me measure this stuff on them and do it for me. So Chris brought out the new trampolines that I made, the DMTs, and I put it over on the other side. And when I was cutting those material, me and JJ, I was giving him the measurements. Ryan came over and said, hey, I can't find them. Like, where the measurements, where the turnbuckles for the old one, the prototype. And I said, we didn't have any because when we took them down and we were trying to use them, where the boss didn't have, he had a whole bunch that it didn't make sense. So we only used 2, the mount and the dismount turnbuckles or whatever. I'm using a whole bunch of technical terms that y'all don't really care for. Long story short is, he told me to stop what I was doing and get the turnbuckles for the prototype. So I remember Ryan telling me in the past that we're going to sell all the trampolines, the prototype and the 5. So it's 6 DMTs getting sold, right? And he told me the first one, he's going to try to get rid of the prototype, get it out the shop so he can make space. And he's going to sell the other 5, right, that I made. So I said, cool. So when he told me to make for the new DMTs, JJ was on that. Then he said, all right, stop what you're doing and get me the turnbuckles for the prototype. So I said, all right, bet. So these are priorities. So he said, cut some of the other ones down if you need to, because you don't have time to send them out to get coated. Just added some silver spray paint on them and then send them out. So I said, okay, bet, can do. So now I stopped 2 things. The 3 trampolines I was doing, I had to stop that to go make the DMT turnbuckles. Then I had to stop the DMT turnbuckles to make the turnbuckles for the prototype. So now I finished making the prototype and I have everything sorted out. I was under the impression that no, the turnbuckles and the prototype are going out to this customer. Not so. Prototype trampoline still in the corner. So now I have to go make something so they can stand overnight. So now Chris is there saying, I don't understand. I took down the trampoline for you. How you got it wrong? I said, I understand that you took it down because when I was doing the measurements for that, Ryan told me to stop and get the measurements for this. And he's like, okay, blah, blah, blah. But where are the other turnbuckles? I said, those other turnbuckles weren't fitting. And Dave, when he set it up to show me how it went, he only used 2 out of the whole bunch of cluster. So we didn't have any, there was no need to set up the in-between turnbuckles because Dave didn't need that, right? And Ryan told me to cut those up to make them usable for the one that he was sending out because he didn't have time to quote, right? So they're making noise, Ryan in my ear making noise on the phone, Chris here making noise. I'm here fucking stressing, thinking, why the fucking making noise on me when they the ones make the mistake, all right? I shouldn't even be doing none of this. They shouldn't even be rushing me like this. I'm just fucking trying to keep up, right? And so now I go back in the room trying to make sense. I'm looking at this paper, numbers just on a paper, and they're not making no kind of sense. My brain wouldn't do no kind of additions, subtractions, multiplications. I'm looking and I know I need to do stuff. I'm pulling out my tape measure, trying to measure the numbers of them not registering in my head, bro. I'm looking at it and I'm saying it out loud, nothing. So I'm there and then JJ just looking at me like he looking at the paper, looking at the tape measure, looking at me, I'm just like, bro, could you just fuck out of here? Right? I'm just there standing up and I'm like, bro, my brain just not working. Like I'm functioning as a person, but in terms of calculating anything with numbers, just wasn't happening. So I'm trying to figure out like, what the fuck I doing? So I'm looking at the paper, I need this. I'm taking it out, I'm arranging it on the table and I just don't know what to do. I had to like literally tell JJ like, give me a second. I sit down, think about it, and I'm like, okay, I catch myself, I cut the pieces, I made them, send them to go spray. And then I call Ryan, well, not call Ryan, I send him a message and I send him a voice note saying like, hey, yo, sorry for the confusion. And this is where the confusion happened on my part. I thought because he said and blah, blah, and that's where the confusion happened. Because I realized where exactly it was right when we weren't on the same page and now we're on the same page. Ryan listened to the voice note, say nothing. So I said, I bet Ryan either upset or annoyed. So I'm like, it's all cool. It's all cool. I understand you'll be frustrated in that situation because the pressure on him. And then Ryan I was getting cussed out by these clients and all kind of shit. So I'm like, he's not in a good place right now. He's probably stressing himself. So I'm like, I'm not gonna feel the type of way. And then before the day done, he's just like, yo, sorry for like, spazzing on you a bit. I was like, it's okay. I'm not surprised. It's like, it is what it is. Yeah. But it just really put things into like perspective in terms of work. And I'm just like, there's no fucking way I'm working my ass off to get this kind of treatment on a whim. So I'm just like, yeah, just kind of fuck yourself. So I was talking to a couple of my other bros and they're saying, bro, join a fucking union and get your pay up, Because like these people can just do any fucking thing to you and then you're out of work. But with the union, they can demand that they pay you higher pay for them hours that you're putting in. I'm thinking a union sounds like the best move for me, but I was always on the impression that I'm gonna try to join the union and they say, hey yo, what you doing? No, we don't want no union workers here, leave. Or it's just gonna be more complicated because they get asked for health card and that kind of shit. And I'm just like, I'm not trying to mess up, or I'm comfortable right now and I'm waiting for things to happen. So I don't wanna do extra shit when I have so much on my plate. So I was just stressed for the last 3 weeks. And I'm just like, fuck. That was a long ass rant about my 3 weeks, but that's how it went. And just another thing, we have a neighbor that's like doing cocaine, dog. She's like, she tweaks. I swear she's bipolar. It's like sometimes I'll come home and then Sharon will be like, you hear that? I was like, hear what? She said, you hear that banging? I'm like, first off, you want to talk? I have a conversation, you don't know friends, right? She's like, you don't hear that banging? I was like, no. And then I go into a bedroom and I hear people falling down again, body slam, but she live alone, right? So at the night, we hear her over there like going on in one of her episodes. I literally look out Shama's bedroom window, she have a balcony. So I can see her, there's like water running over the balcony. She tweaking, she cussing, whatever.
Why do you think it's cocaine she doing?
Wait, no, man. So Carl had enough. I was like, I'm fucking fed up. I'm gonna talk to the landlord, right? So Carl go throw on his shirt. I'm just like, oh shit, Carl about to go punch somebody.
Right? Serious when he put the man boobs away.
And he go talk to the landlord. So on his way to the landlord, turns out the other people were also going to the landlord. So he's just like, oh, I guess he's gonna get handled. Yeah, same night. Right. So now the landlord and about 3 other people just in the hall peeping around the corner at this woman because she have a corner room. So I'm there like, all right, what's happening? So by the time the landlord reached her bedroom, police pull up the same time because somebody calling police, right? So the police come up and asking a few questions, and she's like, oh, sorry, I wasn't making any noise, but if I was, I'm blah, 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 right? And the police is like, are you in there by yourself? Is anyone in there with you? She's like, no, I'm in here by myself. There's no one here, right? Whatever. And the police is like, well, you need to stop making sure. She's like, all right, it won't happen again.
You know what to say? I was playing game on my VR headset. That gonna shock everyone.
Honestly, that probably would, right? But the whole water coming over the balcony was kind of weird still, right? So we thinking that the matter done resolved, she probably going quiet down for the night. Police see them go downstairs, right? And they stayed in their vehicle just outside the apartment, so they didn't leave yet. So they just down there waiting. So I have people in my bedroom saying, oh, so that man's probably just gonna wait a few hours before they dip. So as the police and them go sitting in the Jeep, all I hear is, they might come for me, right? So she on the phone talking to her mom, right? So the policeman and them didn't even too comfortably sit down in the vehicle. So they looking up at her, miss, are you okay? And she down there, right? So I'm saying,
hold on. Okay. Because they said never come for me. Where's she from? Was she her accent?
Oh no, she didn't have an accent. That's just me throwing an accent on it.
You see, you can't say that. You can't
my bad. Well, she was really saying like they're after me, right? They're coming for me and stuff like that. So now I'm thinking these police coming right back upstairs. So then I see somebody pull up, right? Run inside, run upstairs. Her mom. So I'm saying, what? How? Was her mom called the first time before the police even got here, or her mom lived real close, right? So the mom pull up while the police coming back upstairs. The mom running the room. I'm here just nosy and peeping out my door like, this is the most drama I had at home in a minute. So now I'm looking, see the woman bust out the elevator, go inside, talk to her, and the police came up shortly after, and blah, blah, blah. By the time they came down, ambulance was here now, so they had to go put in a gurney and put in a back. So I didn't even see her face properly until like sometime last week. So last week when I was coming home from work, is a young girl and she have drug problems because the landlord was saying, it's funny because I see at strange hours in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, 8 o'clock in the morning, entertaining 2 guys and all kind of stuff. And I'm like, oh, word. And she's like, yeah, I think she's bipolar and stuff. And, she's trying a little white. And I was like, oh, yeah. I said, yeah. And I'm here just like, okay. So where's her parents? She's just like, I don't know. The parents got her the room. And
Oh, she young.
She young.
Young. Like, how
Mhm.
young?
When I saw her last week, so when I came up, I was fiddling with the door. So usually you can hear somebody either coming in and out. Other,
Hold
yeah.
She young. Well, they kicked her out?
I don't think they didn't kick her out to the apartment. Her parents put her in this apartment because I guess they didn't want to deal with her shit. So they said, live by yourself.
So they gave her an apartment to live a wild life.
Yes.
That is very fucking what?
And it's a black family. So I was more shocked.
That's even more shocking.
Yeah, I know. Right? So when I saw her last week, I was fiddling. So because I heard her play with her door first, I pretended that I was whatever my door. So I unlocked the door, opened the door, and shut the door. Still in the fucking hall. So she came out and she mad surprised to see me still in the hall, right? So I see her face and I'm looking at her like, hi, and she's like, oh hi, and then she went and said, I was like, you don't look like you're even 20 or nothing like that. So I'm just like, yo, you're on drugs? So my thing is to see her again.
Why didn't I ask her?
I didn't think it was appropriate because it's just last week she was like at the hospital for drugs. Yeah. So I didn't want to ask. So in my head I'm thinking, all right, I know I'm going to see her again, and I know that she'd be outside smoking at 3 and 8 o'clock in the morning. So I'm thinking I'll be friends with her and then ask her business, and that's the mission.
It sounds like it could be entertaining.
I know, right? Yeah. So that was my 3 weeks. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
I've been lacking sleep. I can't train as much because I'm doing the automotive class. And then I do that immediately after I get off work. So when I joined the podcast, I said, give me a second. I was like walking in the house.
Okay.
Yeah, bro, I am lacking fucking sleep. I haven't eaten a real meal in a long ass time. Like I've been ordering food. I was like, wow. So this is the life of a student. This shit is ass.
Yeah, for the last 3 weeks, so I haven't been eating correctly. I've been ordering a lot of Subway. Because it's just like, because I only eat like 2 meals, breakfast and like lunch. I was at work and I'm just like, it's so hard to come home tired.
The gains is life, so I can't do that.
I'll be running to Subway and grabbing like a quick sandwich and just, working. So yeah, eating out fucking expensive, bro.
Aras.
Bro, that thing just hit me off for like my whole, not just my budget, but just like my influx of money. I'm like, bro, somebody robbing me? I'm trying to figure out how this even makes sense. Where money going? And I realized for like 3 weeks I've been buying lunch. I'm like, how people do it? How people do it? It's the real question. Because like you save so much money just cooking from home and preparing food. Buying food? Crazy.
Some people just don't know how to cook. That's the thing that you gotta remember. Also, so when so because I haven't like eaten a real meal in so long, I haven't been energized. Like I don't want to cook anymore. Like I don't want to cook anymore because I haven't eaten a home cooked meal in so long, bro. I just don't want to cook anymore. I just got lazy. I think I'm burnt out from cooking.
That sounds understandable, to be honest.
It's very fucking sad, bro, because the gains is life. I really don't know how. I've been struggling with my workouts too, because the only time I get to workouts is on the weekend. And I have to go train with somebody tomorrow. I've been busy as shit. But I got back into like the photography and I've been working on my little editing. Like my shit looking kind of decent. I got some pictures I won't post.
Yeah. Me and two of the girls just started to talk about we get into like OnlyFans. We have some content. Yeah. We literally just trying to have a competition to see like at the end, like a full year, like what money we make and what our fan base looking like. So I'm just like, it's more like a drive to let me to really commit to it.
If you really do it, then I'm going to fully like commit to it. because I kind of rebranded my shit
Mm,
and I changed to more of, more, I show more like a little bit more of my physique, but focus on like the veiny shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's more like we're doing the same type of content, so it's not too drastic right now. So you just want to see like what that avenue can really do.
Like
So
about to
yeah,
set up an orgy.
no, it's not like that.
Time,
Um,
no, overtime, man. Just going through. Shit happen.
yeah, guys. But yeah, so we just try to see like today. My friend sent me the first one that like, it's not like really the first one she gonna post, but it's like a teaser. I was like, I got so amped. I'm just like, just wait until fucking tomorrow. I'm gonna start like taking a bunch of sick ass pictures. So here's the concept, guys. Don't tell nobody my fucking business, okay? I'm sharing this with you guys, so y'all come support when it's time. Actually, I probably might just edit this out. Haha. So only who right now available will hear the plan. I'm actually pretty amped about that. But you know what I got into today?
I'm listening.
I remembered macro, I call it macro photography, right? And how I thought it was cool, but like the lenses were stupid expensive and stuff. So I didn't know shit about that. And I wanted to see like up close pictures of like iris and stuff, like the pupil of humans. Cause I remember seeing a few of those back in the day and they look real like
they're go ahead.
they look real alien, like some sick ass out of this world universe type Milky Way shit that you find in space. And then I wanted to see the ones like up close about animals' pupils, because like animals have some weird looking, either a rectangular pupil like goats, and I think some frogs or lizard have like a W iris, and snakes and lizard have like the horizontal vertical pupil. So I wanted to see those up close, but I couldn't really find good ones of those. And then I started looking at macro photography of like insects and bugs close up. And I'm just like, that's fucking sick.
Them shits is scary, bro. Bugs like up close. They scary as shit.
Nah, they be sick for real.
Nah, that shit not sick, bro. If like a human size one of those approach you, you would fucking shit your skin.
Bro, that's what I was saying. Bro, if these bugs were at least big as dogs, we would think these are aliens.
Yeah, like a fucking spider, bro. I started watching Stranger Things. You know how many times you tried to make me watch Stranger Things? But I just decided I'm going to do it.
See?
And the first 2 episodes, I'm watching this shit. I was like, yo, if I don't want to call the name because they never really said the name to me. So I feel like I shouldn't know the name. So, if the fucking villain isn't the spider, because, it didn't kill nobody yet. They just like snatched them up. I was like, that's spider-like behavior. And I know it's not a spider, but I want it to be a spider. And we need more shit with spiders because they're fucking scary.
Oh, definitely.
Welcome to my TED Talk. Yeah, I like fucking spiders and I hate spiders.
Yeah, they look up like they look adorable in certain situations, but like I don't want to be interacting with them. Like we're not friends.
Yeah, because I know how a spider look up close and it's very fucking intimidating.
Like the macro photography world, it seems mad interesting because you see man's be doing some crazy ass things, and I'm just like, it's just a world that's not seen often. It's not tapped into. So I'm just like, it's cool. It's cool. I like it. But yeah, and I swear, what was it? Oh, this last weekend when you all fucking bail on the podcast when we're supposed to record, I went out with I call it Evian and them.
My fault, bro.
I went out with Evian and them on the Friday. Because I left work early, so they were having dinner, and then they were going out to like a comedy bar. So I had to run on the road with them.
I saw that with like the drone shots.
Oh yeah. That's the Saturday because we went to Niagara. So I got like, it wasn't a drone shot, it was the GoPro 360. Yeah, so I just had it on like a long extended pole and I just leaned it forward and then I did like the little planet thing. That looks cool. So after I realized that the GoPro give you 2 types of footage of the same thing, one of them is like super high res and the other one is just So I'm like, why you give me 2? Like it's literally 2 of the same thing, but one just higher and one just lower. I'm just like, why? You're just taking up mad space. I don't understand if that's a setting. I have to ask people to look it up, but I don't think it's going to bother me or anybody if I leave it how it is. So I'm not going to do nothing about it. But we went to the comedy bar and they were doing improv. So at first I was just like, improv? What the fuck is this? Weirdos talking about things and trying to, make me laugh. So when I sat down in the front, I was just paying attention, trying to figure out what's the funny, because I was open-minded about the whole thing. I'm just like, I came here to laugh. If you're already bought these tickets, enjoy myself, right? So as I'm there listening, a man, it was 5 people on the stage, one man asking the questions and really like, leading the whole thing, pushing it along, and the other 4 guys were doing the improv. So it was 3 guys and a girl, a gay guy.
So you were setting the scene.
Yeah, he was setting the scene. So there was a gay guy, weird guy, serious looking guy, and a woman. So the gay
These
guy
are
and
the
the
people on the stage.
yeah.
So you look at the man and say, gay guy, serious guy, weird guy,
and that woman. Yeah. So the gay guy and the woman were the funniest, to be honest. And the other guy was just weird because they set up a scenario and they said, all right, guy, use this prop to make it funny. And the man's like, it was a little puppy. And he was trying to cater it to kids. And he's just like, hey, kids, come on over. I have something to show you. And the crowd was like, no. And the man was like, sir, no, you can't. Start to do something else. And he started the same way.
Honestly, I can see some really dark jokes coming out tonight. I can see some really dark jokes coming out of that. Y'all fucking up, man. Like that nigga was about to say some wild shit.
Why? I'm waiting him. This is a wild shit, right? So while I'm there just paying attention, trying to wait, because this is not something I'm familiar with. So I'm just trying to catch my stride, just really get into it, understand it, follow it. And then the other serious guy said, hey, you in the front. So I was like, yeah. He's like, you're having fun? Are you bored? And I was like, I'm not bored yet. Then everybody started laughing. I was like, hey, maybe I should do this for a living.
I'd hop up a stage. The fact that they laugh, I'd hop up a stage.
A whole bunch of shit was going through my mind. I'm just like, maybe I need to just like be that annoyed. That person that's always there. Like, I don't want to say a heckler, but he's a guy who's just like interjecting some shit. Smart comments. Yes. I was planning to just turn up and do that the whole night, just make people laugh. And I said, this is not my show. And I'm pretty sure they'll start roasting me because I'm like in the front. And I'm just like, I'm not ready to be roasted. So I just chilled and just listened. And it was really nice. After that, we went to like a shisha bar. He was just like talking jokes and shit. And then I had to leave like around 9 so I could get home. And then, yeah. And then on the weekend, we just drove down to Niagara. And then Nikki, everyone spunks, took us to this really nice restaurant.
I saw that too.
Mm-hmm.
Saw that on her story.
Yeah. So now we were there, right? And everybody's getting ready to order this stuff. The guy who's dealing with us our table and so getting our food and orders, he was pretty nice. And the whole menu was in Italian. So I'm looking at these things and I'm like, what the fuck is this? I see everybody's like, oh, I'm gonna get this, and they're pronouncing their whole Italian shit. I'm just like, I barely know English. There's no way I'm gonna try to pronounce this Italian shit, right? And everyone partner from Winnipeg, Tony, was down with us too. So he was like on his phone looking up the name of the meal and seeing a picture of it. So I was like, that's smart, but I'm not gonna do that. So I was just looking because they gave the name of the food and then a little bit of the ingredients that's in it. So I was just looking at the ingredients and the ingredients were in English. So I was like,
and Tria was trying to guess what it was from the ingredients.
Yes.
That's what's up. What's up.
So I saw this other one that's saying that you have some fettuccine cheese or some tomato, and I'm thinking it's Italian, so everything's tomato based, right? So no matter if you see tomato, it's probably a sauce or something. So I'm thinking, ooh, this thing look nice. Yeah, the sauce in there, and they brought us some bread and so, right, with some little oils dip in the bread, and one of them was like olive oil, and the other one was like some kind of vinaigrette thingy, a vinaigrette of some sorts. Some dip in the bread. The bread by itself tastes amazing. Everything was made in restaurant that day. Right, they make everything fresh, pasta and everything. And I'm just like, these bread taste amazing alone, and you dip in them in these weird oils, and it tastes even better. So I'm thinking, just wait until
the Italians are fat people. If you didn't know that,
I didn't know that, but I can see why.
A part of their culture is eating.
So I'm in there, and I ordered this thing right for the appetizer, thinking, yeah, you might as well go hard or go home. So I'm getting food now, right? So the first thing I ordered was this stuff. And when it came, it looked really nice. So it had, I can send you a picture of that. So it was basically it's a nice long plate. It had tomatoes, cheese, tomatoes, cheese, tomatoes, cheese, tomatoes, cheese sliced, right? And then they had like a little dressing that they just swiggle on top with olive oil. So I'm thinking, it's not what I fucking paid for. I know I'm gonna fucking pay for tomatoes and cheese. And then Nikki said, "Oh wow, that's a nice salad." I said, "Don't disrespect fucking salad like that." No, it's a type of salad. I'm like, no, it's not a salad. It's bullshit, right? So I'm thinking, keep an open mind, Timon. This thing might taste ridiculously good, right? Keep an open mind. So I'm thinking, I bet. So now, a lot of people don't know this, but I'm technically allergic to tomatoes. So the tests say. I haven't really felt a lot of kickback when I ate it. So I'm thinking, the doctors don't know what they're talking about. But it might be, I'm allergic to certain things that make my skin itchy and stuff. Penicillin will close up my throat. So if y'all want to kill me, it's penicillin and seafood. But yeah, so tomatoes, I don't know what it does to me right now. Maybe it makes my throat scratchy. I don't know. But I be down in that shit. So I'm here eating it. But then when I get, it's feta cheese. It's some kind of cheese that don't have no taste. So to my surprise, when I eat this cheese and there's no taste in the cheese, I'm like, is this cheese or this like tofu that don't got no seasoning?
Oh, how the cheese like feel and how the cheese feel?
It was white and it looked like it was tofu, the way how it break. It didn't break like a gelatin or anything like that. But
it was crumbly.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, probably it was feta or some shit like that.
Some crazy ass thing, dog. So I start eating it and they're looking at me all concerned, like, you sure you're supposed to be eating it? I said, I paid for it. I'm gonna fucking eat it. So now I'm eating, and as I'm eating, the other set of food came out. So the other main that I bought was this dish that had lamb in it. And I'm accustomed to, like, I would favor chicken over any other meat on the menu, but they had lamb and pork and no chicken. So I was like, well, lamb it is. And I've had lamb before, nothing wrong with it. It's cool, just not my cup of tea. But I had this one. So basically the dish is, it looks like a bunch of tomato sauce in a plate.
Tomato sauce and lamb?
Bass in here.
You know, it's just because my auntie, you know, once I think about lamb, I see a stew behind it.
Yeah, I see a stew too.
Like, you know, so yeah, so.
So the man telling me, yes, this is a nice pasta dish and stuff. I'm like, pasta? Where's the pasta? Because all I see is sauce and cheese, right? And I'm assuming the lamb is under that cheese. So it turns out that they wrap the lamb in the pasta and they put the cheese on the wrapped pasta lamb. And then they just have it in a sea of sauce. So I'm thinking, nice. So I'm eating.
How much piece of lamb?
It was 2 pieces of the thing, and they were long as a sausage roll that we get in Antigua. So
Okay.
yeah, that's the.
So how, like, what's the width?
I would tell you that it's probably 2 inches in width, and I would want to say that it's probably 5 inches long. Yeah.
How much was this?
The salad was $18, and the lamb was like $30.
$30.
Mhm.
I paid for a $80 steak, and the $80 steak, it was pretty fucking big. You know, I could justify that steak. But yes, a lamb pasta red sauce, right?
Yeah, and the crazy thing is, Jaron, I've never had steak. I told people that, and they all surprised, like, "What, you never had steak?" I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Why?" I was like, just never had steak." So they're telling me you need to get it medium rare. I was like, I don't even know what that fucking mean.
I think that's the one with the blood.
Some shit, dog. And it's like, yeah. So people be eating it rare. I was like, when you say rare, what do you mean rare? They just cut it off the animal, put it on the plate, because that's rare.
No, that one's fresh.
So I'm just like, why would you want your shit partially cooked? You want your parasite partially cooked? Like, I don't get it. I don't understand it. I'm down to get into it. I've just never had steak. Like, the only time I've had beef is in burger patties, and I fuck with it in that form.
I'm not really a steak guy. I'm not really a steak guy. So those are meats that you have to rub, right? And like the taste stays more on the outside. Like beef in general, like the inside of beef don't really get the taste that you can put into chicken. So I just don't fucking like beef. I prefer fish over beef, because fish, that shit just takes any flavor that you put in it. So if you're creative with your spices, you can make a nice fish meal. You can make a nice chicken meal. Beef, just
Yeah, I don't really get it. It's like, yeah, it's beef. I would definitely like to get into it, not gonna lie. But I gotta finish my chicken-based stuff. When I finish master the art of chicken, I'll probably level up to like, goat and lamb and sheep and then beef. And then if I ever dip my foot in some pork cap, I would never. I just don't see the need for pork because every time I ask people how it tastes, whenever I ask people how anything but chicken tastes, they tell me it tastes like chicken.
No, pork, it tastes nothing like chicken, but pork sweet, no fuck, man.
So I keep hearing.
Yo, for the meat just sweet, honestly. The meat just sweet. But yeah. And I don't even like pork like that. No, that's the wild thing. But like the meat, it is not like chicken. It's just sweet. It tastes good. But I'm not really that big of a fan. Like I know it tastes good. Maybe it's because I grew up in a Seventh-day Adventist household. Why that's just why.
I don't know. Anyways, back to the lamb. So I'm eating the lamb and I'm just like, nice. Like when I eat it, I literally imagine an Italian old lady in the back, literally cooking this with love. And by the second and third bite, I'm like, hey, this tastes familiar. And then another image came in my mind, Chef Boyardee. So now I'm eating this. I'm like, nah, man. The more I eat this tastes like a hot pocket. Like, what the fuck going on? So I'm telling every and then them like, nah, this thing got me fucked up. Like, that man's literally got the meatball and probably put in some more cheese and sauce and made a dish. Like, I don't trust this. So I'm done eating, satisfied, filled. I went back to the appetizer, the fake salad, and I cleaned it up and everything.
Hold on. Describe the flavors of your lamb.
Well, I would give you an honest review in the moment, but the moment it started tasting like some Chef Boyardee products, that's all that took over my mind, and I could taste nothing but that.
I haven't had a Chef Boyardee product in a long ass time. Yeah, since I was a child, but I can remember the taste of it. Like it left this taste in your mouth.
Yeah,
like, So did the food give you that taste?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
You was eating some canned shit, bro.
That's what I was thinking. So I'm trying to figure like, bro, I paid $30 for some canned food. I could have just literally run down to the market. So I'm thinking I could buy some pasta, buy the meatball and the spaghetti, take the spaghetti, use the sauce, and then wrap it up and then toss some cheese over it and put it in the oven and heat it up and I'll have the same exact thing. That's what I was thinking in my head. But I'm just like, yo, don't complain. Don't be a stingy ass, weirdo complaining about the food. Just enjoy yourself. Someday just enjoying it. The man came back. Bro, this guy's so fucking funny. As soon as he gave us all the food and he's waiting for us to eat, he watching each of us like, come on, put it in your mouth to eat it. And as soon as we chewed him, how he tastes. And I'm there like, I still have my appetizer at this point. I'm like, yeah, delicious. And Tony's just like, tastes good. And the man said, you didn't even put it in your mouth yet. What are you talking about? And I was like, yeah, that's funny.
He working for his tip, but you can't depress me before I start eating. That's weird, bro.
Yeah, I gave him a decent tip though, because I'm like, I like his vibe. I give him a decent tip.
Shit.
Bro, and the Friday night Uber charged me twice. I was supposed to call them, but I said, it's the fucking weekend. Bro. So I was gonna use it to go down to run to the Uber was like $31, right? I was like, maybe because you go into the city and it's like the weekend where they're charging this kind of money. And I was coming back up, the Uber cost like $27. So I was just like, bro, I should have just driven and paid for parking, right? And when I was coming back up, I said, all right, bet. First transaction went through and they said, hey, do you want to give the driver tips? I said, yeah. He's a cool guy. Cause we're talking about like how he's a student, he's an immigrant, he's working, blah, blah, how school life hard, how, we can't have it easy compared to other students because they have to do this shit on their own, even though we have a little bit of family that we can stay with and stuff like that. Talking about like we call it the PR process, what we're going through, all we had to do it. He was giving me a few like pointers and stuff, and I was telling him my process and just like learning from each other. I was like, it's a nice vibe, babe. I should catch the Uber and talk to strangers more often. When I get home, he dropped me off. I was like, all right, this is nice. I'm going upstairs, but I see you don't move off yet. So I was like, oh yeah, you're probably waiting for me to send my review. So now I'm there like $4 tip, blah, blah, 5 stars, submit, going about my business. I get upstairs and I see the thing says $27, $28, $30, $39. So I was like, okay, I understand the 27. I understand the 24. I'm assuming the 30 is tax. What to the 29? So I'm now baffled. So I'm like, do I call somebody or do I just go and find this guy and then beat him up for stealing my money? So I was mad confused, but I'm just like, it's the weekend. Don't stress about it.
Ain't my mind that rob you.
Man, it was all laughable. And I'm just like, look how enjoy my weekend got me. A down bunch. But I enjoy the weekend. So, it was good. It makes me hopeful for the summer because I have plans to go out a bunch on the weekends for the summer. And I got my gym shorts, not shorts, my gym clothes. So I'm just trying to like clear up things financially, get back on the whole cooking instead of buying out so I can get my money back and then start going to the gym because I promised myself this month is the month, no excuses. So yeah.
I second the going outside on the weekends. Like I've been trying to do that, but the weather been really bad as of late. I mean, last week it was pretty nice. I was wearing my shorts and shit. And I've been taking some really nice. I told you I've been taking my pictures. But like that shit I've been posting, bro. Like you see how the nigga looking a little different, bro.
It is right, Jaron. So since I was a little petty on Friday, right? On Monday, this is me, them niggas. And I think this week I got an idea from I think it was Wednesday. I was literally about to create a fake profile on Tinder, Hinge, and Bumble. And use everyone's photo and your photo to create a fake account. And I was gonna get 2 hours worth of content to do some shit on your name.
I would like to see how that work out.
Right? I thought it was gonna be mad interesting. I was gonna also use a girl just to show the difference between guys and girls and how gross dudes are. But I'm just like, we all know guys are gross. So I was gonna do all of that. I was telling my friend about it, and she's like, nah, don't do that. I was like, listen here, it's either you or them. Choose. But then, like, I gave it a day and I was just like, that's too much work. I was literally about to come on and say, like, hey, guy, remember that time you were telling me about that girl you were talking to on Tinder? And you're like, bro, I haven't been on Tinder in a minute. I was like, oh, word? So then where did this come from? And then you would have been so shocked, like, hey, yo, what? And I was like, that would have been so funny, but it's too much for a joke.
Yeah, it's a lot of effort.
Yeah.
I really would have wanted to see how that come out. Because I had downloaded it because I was bored, right? And then, dog, I went to sleep and I woke up and I got 63 likes. I was like, yo, nigga, you sexy as shit. And then I was like, just going through, I was like swiping right on a couple. Just got match after each other. And then I deleted it because I lost the high.
It'd be like that.
Like it didn't excite me anymore.
Man, Kyle got this dope ass they call it setup for gaming, right? So he playing what a game called? I want to say it's
Elden Ring.
No. It's a racing game. I think it's on the PlayStation or the Xbox because he got the 2 new ones.
You trying to like set up like not VR, like an actual driving set so that we can play like racing games?
Oh, that's what you have. You have a driving set.
Yes, because I really want to. I'm sick and tired of driving outside. I will drive in the video game.
Jared, if you're going to get one, dog. Because you got like a little nice solid metal table. You got the pedals and he got the steering wheel. And he come with this big ass motor that you have to literally update the steering wheel, the brakes, the gas, the motor, everything on the internet.
How the shifting work?
Oh, I don't think you have the shifting stuff in them for that one yet.
Crash.
Is steering wheel, paddles, and whatever. But bro, he told me like, yo, come take it for a test run. So he said, use the controls first and then use the steering wheel. So I'm using the controls and I'm just like, this is hard already with the controls, right? Because I suck at car racing games, right? So I'm there going through, I'm just like, I can't even do a little tutorial properly. So he said, all right, I'm gonna take you on a circular track, right? So he took me on a circular track. I did what in the fastest car. And he said, now that you did it with the control, use the steering wheel. So I said, I'm already grinning because I'm like, the way he said it, is like the tone shift, like you just leaving the kiddie pool and going in the deep end. So like when somebody say, all right, put on the control and then try. No. Put on the it's like put on the control.
Put on the control and try the keyboard.
And then it's like a total different demeanor going into the try the other thing. So I'm like, okay, got serious for a second. So now I'm grabbing it, smiling, and I'm pressing everything, starting the race. I'm in the car when I'm pressing gas and everything, right? And he moving off, right?
So like you had to launch for the start.
You're just pressing gas. So the car just kind of dry, like it's just freeing down to the start, and you just keep pressing gas, and then it'll start out, just go. So now I'm doing that, right? And as I'm moving and I'm pressing gas, I see the car, like I feel a little feedback, and I'm not thinking too hard about it. So I'm going on the first little slope, and I feel the feedback, right? And I feel it's like fighting me as I'm turning, and I can feel like how I'm feeling the fucking road, bro. I don't know how to fucking explain it. It feels so real that I started to get nauseous because the car was moving fast. The feedback feel real, and I'm turning and it's fighting me. And I'm like, bro, this is how I was speeding at 150 on the highway early today.
Nigga said 150.
So I'm thinking, bro, this feels real, dog. So now I'm in it, and I'm moving my body, moving my head, turning the steering wheel, and I'm feeling nauseous because I'm physically not moving, but the car making me feel like, so my brain just wasn't catching up to what was happening really. So then after a few driving a slow car, fast car, whatever, and I did a couple, bro, that thing felt so real. I'm just like, I could get addicted to this, and I'm not even into games. I tried changing the track, trash. It no matter how good the car handling was, I could not race because I just don't have the time and stuff like that. But I don't think I could. But I can't say I couldn't. I wouldn't want to put in the time to get good at this game. But on a circular track, that shit feels incredible. It feels so real, dog. And then Kyle was just telling me, like, imagine how that would feel with a VR headset. I was like, bro, don't even blow my mind right now because that would be sick.
I'm thinking about it, but I ain't going for the VR yet because I don't even know how much money I got to shell out on this.
2,200. That's just Canadian.
22 Canadian.
So it's probably a little bit cheaper in the US. And the parts, they come from the US.
I'm gonna call it 19.
And like a VR set would probably could run you like a 600. So I was thinking about getting like the Oculus 2 a while back, but I just had this feeling that if I bought it, they're gonna announce a new one. And then I heard that Facebook bringing out this other one called Meta for their metaverse. And I'm just like, okay. So I have to go and look up the VR because I'm really trying to get a VR, but I've been putting it off. And now that I have the new graphics card in the computer, I think I should probably stop wasting time and get it. But I have to wait until some of my money free up. So right now I'm down bad in terms of finance. So I'm just waiting until I can accumulate some funds again and then start like, yeah.
Finance isn't the worst thing in my life right now. It's my lack of time. Bro, I really be tired all day and I'm moving off of no sleep. Like I feel like a fucking zombie lately.
How much sleep you getting? What's it, 4 hours, 5?
I'm getting like 4 to 5 now, for real. 6 if I'm lucky.
Yeah, I've been doing them ones.
I don't even feel like it's good sleep because I'm not eating well. So like I wake up in the morning, I'm already tired and I have to drag through the entire day from 6 o'clock to I get out class at 10 o'clock. Yeah, so like my day starts at 6 and it's done at 10. It's not really done at 10. Because I still need to eat.
That's how I kind of felt this week because like for breakfast I was having like croissants and cream cheese.
Bro, I was eating a banana, an apple, and drinking chocolate milk. Like I've resorted to getting chocolate milk to get my calories in order to maintain my muscle. Yeah, so that's what I've been eating for breakfast: banana, apple, and chocolate milk. And then when I ran out, I didn't have any time to go to the grocery. To go to a fucking supermarket to go get groceries. So I didn't eat breakfast, but then I'd buy lunch at fucking work. And that lunch didn't do anything. It was $13 every fucking day. It was a chicken salad, right? Because everything else that this nigga sell is ass. Bro, I bought a grilled cheese. And how when they get to grilled cheese, you expect like to like run the knife over the grilled cheese and you hear the shing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, bro. I touched the grilled cheese and the grilled cheese started crumble. How the fuck you sell me a grilled cheese that's crumbling? You know what I'm saying? Bro, yo, got me fucked up. No good, bro. Now the salad ain't even that good. They just put a lot of chicken on it. Yeah, $13 every day for fucking salad.
Yeah. Bro, the thing is, I really want to get into my bag when it comes to cooking. I just feel like, again, this is another excuse. But I feel like I don't know. I need to see, and we call them people, a nutritionist, so I know where my body standing is. Because it's just like,
you don't need to see anything to know where your body standing is.
I get what you mean.
Once you start eating healthy, your body will be in a better position.
I totally get what you mean. Like just
ignorance
fix it
is bliss.
Fix it, and then you don't have to go ask somebody what the problem is.
It's not fix it, then you don't have to ask. It's if you don't ask, your life is just simpler.
It could be, but not for me. The way how I see it is, I have intentions of eating better and doing better, but I feel like there's something that a doctor, or I should say that a nutritionist can give me, because everybody's not the same, but everybody kind of run the same. I
I
feel
don't think
like
a nutritionist checks blood work.
she don't have to because I already have that information.
I
Um,
also okay. I am not sure if their degree or whatever the fuck they do have anything to do with reading your blood work either.
yeah, so that it don't matter either way. So because it's a nutritionist and they're more up to date with food and whatnot, they would have a better understanding than doctors. Because doctors have too much time to be worrying about nutrition. It's like, oh no, we just no, go see a
Correct.
nutritionist, right? So I'll go to one of them and ask him like real talks, like, look at me, tell me what's going on. Like I'm trying to do this and stuff, and they run a little tests and checks and see what's going on with me and
So you
be
wait,
able
wait,
to
wait,
give
wait,
me an
wait.
estimate
You
of
got your blood work done?
I got about work done.
Where your T at? If you don't mind me asking, where your testosterone at?
That's a good question. I've just never looked at that. That's something I have to go look at for real, for real.
Yeah, because it's something. Yeah, it's I want to go check it out, But I feel like if I check it out, I'm gonna get this. Like, actually, I know my testosterone not low, but I feel like I kind of just don't want to know because if I know,
Maga like is 1% off. Fuck it, steroids.
yeah. Okay, that ain't gonna happen, but I just feel like I don't need to know it right now.
I feel you.
I'm not doing anything where I actually need to know it. So me just going to fucking figure out where it's at is it's just doing too much at this point in time. That's my
Overproductive.
goal. Yeah.
I feel you. I feel you. Nah, but I want to get like an overall like. So because
Yeah.
I'm still gonna do what I'm doing, but it's just good to have somebody to say like, yeah, you're on the right path, or just in case you're unaware, this is what prop might help you. Because if a doctor said like, yeah, you need some protein, go eat fucking fish, I was like, miss, and if you know this, but that's not on my menu.
I can see Timon, I feel like you could just you gonna go and they go get your thing and she can say testosterone low and then you think put you on TRT. And then you can get crazy ripped. And then I'm about to fucking shoot you.
Nah, I'm not gonna get super ripped until like I get bald. So
Yeah, one of my lock. I think it's from when I was like pulling my hair back. So one of the lock, like it burst, like the new growth that was twisting in, that shit burst. So my lock is being held on by not a lot of hair, and it's getting locked down at the bottom below from the last retwist. So the old, like the retwist from before that shit here ripped away, and the last retwist is like locking in. So half of my lock kind of dangling off.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't lost a lock.
I don't know how to save this one. What's coming to mind is to
Retrace it back to the roots. Like when last you retrace.
it was a while ago. Not really that long ago, maybe like 2 months ago. But my thing is to twist it into the one that's like laying down on my forehead. And if I twist it into that, then I can turn both of them into one bigger lock. Because it was one lock, and then I cut it and separated, and I had like two. Because that one was just big. It was just big, and it bothered me. So I cut it and I made two, and I might just have to retwist it back into each other.
Okay. I've been thinking like my locks them look kind of decent right now. So I'm thinking maybe I should like get them retwisted and style it up a bit and start like putting some more care. But I don't think I'm ready for that right now. I don't feel ready.
Yeah, nah,
So-
your hair looks full, bro. Like I like my locks because like they're bigger. But like watching your full head of hair, I was like, yo, that shit looks so fucking cool. But I think I might start combining more of my locks.
I want them to sit a bit longer and then get some weight on them. And yeah, because I feel like they starting to form up a little bit nice, a bit of the retwisting. And yeah, I just need to do a couple more and wait a little longer, and then they can start look nice. And I just have to keep them healthy and whatnot. So waiting.
Yeah, I'm gonna show you these pictures one of these days. Let me finish what I say I'm gonna do my editing. I'm gonna show you these pictures because like they valid, bro. And like you can see like a change up in my style, a change up in a couple of things that I'm doing. So yeah, like it go. It's about I'm redefining myself.
Yo, that's it though. That's the plan.
Like I'm redefining myself. I've been who I was for a while, and I'm starting to understand me better. I'm like getting in better connection with myself. I talk to myself more, and I'm expressing myself better.
Yeah, yo, I feel you.
I honestly can't wait for when like we get off so I can fucking go to sleep. Like I always do sleep was valuable, but I fucking love to sleep now. You see, whenever I used to sleep a Saturday time and like, yeah, I just slept 11 hours.
Yeah.
I feel it. I understand it. I want it. Like nowadays, I get sad when I wake up, because I just want to sleep just a little bit more.
Have you, like, okay, in terms of sleep and stuff, yeah, I just had a nap today, so I kind of feel a little bit rested. After this, I probably might try to write. So before I go to sleep. I actually did music for the past 3 weeks.
Nice.
I was gonna wait until like everyone's on and then play all, or I could just play them now. You wanna hear them?
I say play one, but save the rest till everyone. Like, I feel like I'm not the most energized and I can't give a comprehensive review.
Okay, well, we listen to all 40 at some other time then. Yeah, sleep. Yeah, I don't know, people just sleep. It's just not something that I can naturally do so easily.
Country life, you're restless.
At that. The Amber Rose thing and Johnny Depp. We've been following on that.
Absolutely nothing.
Nothing at all? I didn't hear nothing about it?
But I tell you, I don't have time like that now.
Okay, all right. Fair enough. I
You
paid
realize-
attention to it.
Hold
Like,
on.
go
You
ahead.
realize when I post something on like social media, I just post mad things at once and then I disappear until whenever. Like when I go on Twitter, I go wild for maybe like that hour, 2 hours, and then I'm gone for the next however long till I get back.
So at work, I was listening to it and I realized that this woman Amber is fucking lying. Like I already had the assumption from the start because like I don't know none of these people, but I feel like Johnny Depp can do the wrong.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
That man, Pirates of the Caribbean is one of the only few movies that I like. That's in Harry Potter.
When he was in Harry Potter, that man was a menace. I fuck with him when he showed up. Is in Harry Potter he showed up or something of the same brand?
Who?
Johnny Depp.
Not that I know of.
It wasn't okay, maybe it wasn't Harry Potter. It was that guy who had magic and he was in the same universe as Harry Potter. And the dude that was the main actor was traveling in fucking suitcases and shit and had animals in his suitcases. The mystical beast or something, magical beast.
I can't answer this.
I wanna go Fantastic Beasts. Yes, thank you, Roshana. It was in Fantastic Beasts.
I don't know what that is either. Fantastic Beast.
Yeah, he was inside Fantastic Beasts and he had like white hair and he was looking all sick and cool. And that's after the whole they were giving him a hard time. Disney was giving him a hard time on Pirates of the Caribbean. So it's so easy how they're so quick to like cancel people and they cancel Johnny.
Cancel man. That's what if I say. Cancel
That's-
man.
So quick to cancel man. And you're trying to figure like, bro, a man just did the reverse on her and they said, wait, let's check the evidence. So
It's not really reverse because whatever they did, whatever he lost, he can't get back,
true.
And then
True.
he's not getting any money back for it. Like whatever it did to his name, any stain that he took on his name, he can forever live by it.
Even though people know better. But yeah, so when I was watching the case at work, because like one day I keep seeing little clips about it and how her name Amber's lawyer just fucking up. And in my head, I'm just like, these guys know for a fact that when they lose this case, they're not getting no more work. So they're really panicking, trying like at all means I have to win.
But again, they can become a public defender.
I still won't choose them.
Yeah, they really have a choice.
I'm gonna defend myself. You remember that one guy that was screaming in court with the Philly
Florida
locks?
man,
The Florida man. And he was always like trying to do his own case. That's what gonna happen if I ever buzz up with one of them. So they literally fighting for their career. They doing everything, but like she really just lie. She just lie. And everybody else just calm and listening to her. And everybody who tries to defend her just sound like they all lie. And they confused and they can't get enough. They can't fight the truth to win. Because like how I'll be talking some shit and I'm just like, clearly I know the truth. And I'm just trying to paint this as a lie. And it's just like, I don't want to say it's easy. It's just easy to manipulate the truth to make it sound like a lie.
See that? Yeah, comfortable liar.
Anyways, right? They're trying to do that whole thing. So
Ladies, y'all hear that?
seen. so
You
I'm
wanna
listening.
do it?
So I'm listening to the case and I'm just like, these guys are trying everything to make this lie work. And it's just not working. I would be hella surprised if after this, Johnny Depp was just like, guys, this has been 20 days. I fucking beat that bitch. Let's leave. Send me to jail. Cause like it's just not in her favor. I feel like she should just give up. She should just like the way she talk, it feels like she's acting. The way she's recalling things, I don't know her personality, so I can't really speak on that because maybe that's just how she interacts with people as she talks.
I don't even know who she really is.
She was in the Aquaman movie. That's all I know.
I never watched it. But I told you I don't watch movies now.
I totally understand that, but you can't not watch. I said you can't, and you didn't. It's a DC Marvel movie. I always try to give my time. I haven't.
Aquaman is DC.
Yeah, DC.
But yeah, I don't watch movies. Like, I can remember. I can tell you about like Pirates of the Caribbean. I can tell you about Harry Potter, but I haven't seen a movie. Like, I haven't really watched a movie aside from the last Joker movie. Like, the last time I actually watched a movie before that was probably in Antigua.
I can't even blame you. Movies suck. Yeah, but because I know DC does a bad job in like making movies. I'm not too quick. Squad. Yo, all them suck. So when I heard that Aquaman was coming out a movie,
also watch that now. Me and Bex don't fuck.
No, it was that bad. It was that bad. It was like Deadshot people.
Firstly, dog, who the fuck was that Joker, dog? Why my man have that fucking tattoo on his hand? I was like, yo, y'all trying to make the list cool? Like, this is not fucking cool.
Bro. Everybody thought that haha tattoo made him so. I was like, y'all know the Joker.
I was like, yo, that shit really got me tight, you know? Cause like I really fuck with the Joker, bro. And then to see them like portray the Joker like that, I felt violated. Like I felt like they were coming at me. Like I don't really like Batman like that, you know. I like the Joker. And the Joker is the reason why I care about Batman as a fucking hero. Because the Joker is he's just very different.
It's like yeah. So the reason I went and watched the Aquaman, because you know Aquaman is just a joke in the whole DC comic. Like, you talk to fishes, dog, that's your power. Right?
That's all like a Family Guy joke.
So I wanted to see how they could fuck up this show even more. Because like the DC movies just suck. And I didn't watch the last Batman or the Batman before that. And the last Justice League that they brought out, I didn't really watch it either. Because it's just like, whatever.
Makes sense. That's easy.
So when this one came out, I wanted to see, because I heard it was good. So I was like, DC actually did good. Let me see that, because that's hard to believe. And it was good.
Hold on. I'm going to take back, I don't watch movies. I watch animated movies sometimes, kind of.
So yeah, when I saw it, I was like, oh, okay, they actually did this one good. The CGI felt nice, except for the fucking crab battle under the surface. I think that was in the second one. They had a big war with sea creatures and a kraken and giant crab. And I was like, that's pretty gross. It was weird. It was like, there's no way you can make sharks with guns seem cool unless it's from Shark Boy and Lava Girl. It's like, you just don't do a good job. Like sea creatures with, like, they had whales fighting submarines. And I'm just like, okay, I get it. Whales are strong, but whales would not take a torpedo or a ram from a submarine. It's just, they're animals. They're not gods under the sea. You know? Me and Caitlin was talking about this like sometime this week. We were talking about like Marvel and DC and why they keep like sticking. I want to talk about it more with her. So I want to get her back on the podcast. But it's more like
I would enjoy that. I liked her. She, like, I didn't expect Caitlin to
be a vibe, right? Well, not like that.
Just talk and express herself so much.
Yeah, so freely and open, right? Yeah.
I saw her as an uptight little girl.
I didn't say like that. I just thought it should have been more reserved since it was her first time on.
All y'all do is argue. Of course, you don't see her like that.
Anyways, so we're talking about it, and we can really understand why Marvel won't just go into that, because they have Marvel and DC have so many different characters that are similar but different, and they have so many timelines, so many parallel and alternate universes that they could tell a story from. I think it's because of the not the franchising, but like the merch that they're selling off of these things, right? But when we thought about it, it still didn't make any sense, because even if they're making so much money off of these characters, why not try to add more to the roster? Because if you brought more characters out, then you're just selling more merch. And if one is going down in sales, you just put them in a feature with the newer ones, and they just get back some fame and people go buy them again. So they keep giving us this whole Avengers, all the superhero from since 19 something. Marvel and DC keep improving, and now we're getting Avengers and Justice League and the same people. So we didn't understand why. And it couldn't just be merch, because then they could make more money diversifying and going whatever. So they just recently started to do that. But then we started talking about like how they never really turn the villains. Like if you're a hero, you have to be a hero. And if you're a villain, there's a redemption story for you. But they have so many universes and so much timeline where the heroes actually do some like some shitty ass, grimy ass, evil shit, or they turn in this world. And it's so easy to run a story like that. Just tell them it's an alternate universe. Universe.
All
45.
they need to do is just turn one of the animated movies into like an actual movie.
Yeah.
Because they have really good animated movies, but no, movies are just ass.
The movies ass, bro. Like the animated DC animated stuff are really good. They tell really good stories and they do shit right. But when it comes to making it into a movie, the CG suck. I'm just like, I would love to see Marvel take over a DC movie and do something with it. Like they just give the rights to one character, one timeline, and say, let's see how you favor telling a story for us, and vice versa. Just to show them that there's a difference in their their follow through. And it's not the content. I honestly really want to see it, but it will never happen. Because like when Sony bought the rights to Spider-Man and they were fucking around, Marvel felt so bad that they said, hey, you know what we're going to do, guy? Let us work on your movie for you. Let's do it the way how we would like want it to be portrayed. You get all the money from it, and the only thing we get is a proper representation for Spider-Man. And that's with the Tom Hollands. Marvel started doing the Tom Holland one. Everything else was just Sony. And you see the drastic difference in the Spider-Man? Like a lot of people say...
You want the things? Because I don't know the name of the actors.
Yeah. I know Tom Holland is the newest one, and Peter... I was going to say Peter Parker is the first. I don't know his real name.
I know one is Andrew Garfield.
That's the second one. The Amazing Spider-Man.
The other guy. His name is...
Trebek? No.
You know, the big guy one.
Yes.
How the fuck I forgot Tom Holland was Tom Holland? You know, I don't know him from anywhere else. I know him more as a Zendaya boyfriend than Spider-Man, because I still haven't watched any of the Spider-Man movies because I just don't watch movies.
I think they're nice. Other people said that they're not. And I'm just like, y'all hating. And I've been hearing that people saying Andrew Garfield is the realest Spider-Man that's closer to the comics. And I'm just like, word, he seemed like a big guy playing a small guy.
I saw that
cocky.
I saw that in like on Twitter somewhere.
Yeah, I don't see it, I don't get it, and I don't care, because all I know is Tom Holland seems like he's the best portrayer, or actually even portrayer, the best person to fit Spider-Man. You just feel like it goes.
Because he shot?
Maybe.
Spider-Man a shot?
Maybe.
You know, every time I think about Spider-Man, I just picture the big guy one. Because that... Yo, what is that nigga's name?
Killing would know. I don't know. I don't follow artists like that. But yeah, honestly, like Marvel does really good movies, and that's literally their bag. They can't. So I'm sure, like when I saw them like diversify a bit this year and last year, and so I was kind of dope, like hyped about it. And I'm hoping that they can like tap into other things, because I really want them to like make a reality where Iron Man is fucking evil and he's using all his technology to do crime.
I'm not interested in Iron Man as a hero.
Okay, definitely. Oh, yeah, okay, I get that. I was just using that as an example. But like in terms of DC, remember the one, because Ben Kinney brought it up too. The Batman that laughed after the Joker died. He had poison gas on him that made Batman laugh. So Batman killed the Joker. Like he had enough and killed the Joker. And because he killed the Joker, this toxin from his blood was released. And now Batman was corrupted and was turning evil. So Batman was just like laughing and killing niggas and being all evil. And that's a fucking story. They had so much sick timeline where Batman went back in time to the first Batman. And that was in the fucking Stone Ages. And he was fucking Dracula. Bro, they have so many different timelines and stories that they could pull from. And the villains and the heroes, they all trade places.
The wild thing, DC do have a lot of shit that they could do. Because I remember Batman Brave and the Bold?
Yeah, bro.
When that shit was so good. Why did the shit get canceled?
I don't know.
It's when that nigga went back in time and met fucking Sherlock Holmes.
Bro,
Sherlock Holmes was like, "Oh, you're Bruce
Bruce Wayne. And the man
yeah,
was like, yeah.
because he deduced this from something." I was like, "Yo, that don't even make no fucking sense."
It didn't even how.
Nah, bro.
And then the
Sher-
man who can turn into that demon when he does his little chant. I think you know who I'm talking about.
There's a Sherlock Holmes movie. Is that a DC movie
I'm
or a
wondering.
Marvel movie?
That's a good question.
Because I remember. Let me see. It's honestly, I don't really talk to people that often, right? I check in on them every once in a while. But no, I check in on you and you decide to not. I didn't remember where the fuck I was. But yeah, I check in on this individual. And then the person, they basically just ignore me. And then it was yesterday, they messaged me and just say, "Hey, Timon, that was 2 months ago. I check in on you to see if you're fine now." And then you could just message me and say, "Hey."
Yeah, that's that type of shit I be petty about.
Yeah, I'm saying, I'm like, I really took time out of my day to check in on you. Like, this isn't my first time trying to talk to you and whatever. I'm cool if I'm cool because I don't text back right away and I don't even text back sometimes. So I'm cool if somebody leave me already, if somebody ignore me, I'm yeah, whatever. That's cool. But this was something that was important. Like you kind of posting like you're suicidal, some shit like that. Like I can't do that. I love you.
Hey, that's two Mike you're talking to.
Hmm?
That's two Mike you're talking to.
Nah.
Ah.
Why? You see,
Yeah. That's what came to mind first. When I was like, hey, is that the
nah.
same person? Okay.
I actually have absolutely no like we don't have any type of communication or anything. That once you went on to what I didn't even know what to say, boss. When you and she became friend, I just don't know. I kind of just disappeared out of her life. She was weird.
Now she mentioned me the other day and we started talking.
I don't know why
And
you would respond.
because I'm curious. I wanted to see what she was on.
Curious for what?
Because clearly nobody just disturbed me for no reason. I want to know her reason. Yeah. So she messaged me and I had a conversation. And at first, I wasn't going to really have the conversation because I'm just like, what are you going to waste my time for? But I was at work and I said, I can't talk to you right now. I'll talk to you later. I wasn't planning to use my work time to not have a conversation with somebody who started the conversation. So I waited until after work and then we were talking like a couple weekends. And I'm like, all right, bet. So she's just in a talking mood. So blah, blah, blah. So then I see her posting some stuff, and I'm just like, man, nothing
Right.
changed.
So wait. This is after she messaged you or whatever.
No, because now I finally add her to my WhatsApp so she can see me and I can see her status and stuff like that. Because I had some settings in my status so people could see my shit. So since I couldn't see the shit, since they couldn't see my shit, I couldn't see the shit. So when I took that down, I started seeing her status and stuff. And I saw she was posting some weird ass depressing stuff. I'm like, oh, so she's still on this vibe. Cool. And one day she said something and I messaged and I said, you know how hard it is to talk to you? Because I feel like I'm just waiting for common ground, but it's just sad ground. I just don't have nothing to work with. And she's just like, I understand. I was like, I don't think you do though. Like you would message me and have a conversation, but it's like, not that I'm walking on eggshells. It's more like I'm not trying to.
She don't have any personality. She identifies with her problems. That's all she knows to talk about. That's all. A lot of people are like that, and it's very fucking sad. Like they don't live, they survive.
Yeah, it was mighty weird. So I was also talking to Patrice this week because like
See another one now.
I just okay. I think I did message her on Facebook and we were talking for a bit. I was just like, okay, here my number, let's talk. And then she messaged me, just catching up on stuff like that. And then I think it was today self. I was telling her some stuff that frustrates me about like conversations. And yeah, I was really getting into it because I just started talking because I love chat. And it's just started hitting me like, bro, there's a lot of things I really don't tolerate when it comes to like talking to people nowadays. Like some stuff I would put up back in the day and now I just don't tolerate it because I don't need to.
Yes, I feel that.
Yeah. So it's kind of crazy how I'm looking back at it and realize that I've changed so subtly that I'm this far in and now I can see the difference in certain things. And I'm just like, I can't wait until 5 years down the line to see how much I changed. Oh, and I did the DC thing. A Sherlock Holmes in the DC, and they said, while Sherlock Holmes is a fictional character in our reality, he is very real in the world of the DC comics and possesses a great determination and will that could actually surpass Bruce Wayne himself.
I mean, he didn't actually surpass Bruce Wayne. He just did. Like they saying that he could, he did. my man, my man predicted the future.
The future, bro. This man said, "I know your father, and I know the type of child he will have."
The nigga pull up in a fucking spandex bat suit, and he accurately guessed who this motherfucker was. Bro,
But pull up with a horse and carriage. Just saw this man from futuristic clothes and said, "This tech, you're from the 8th, bro." I can look for the fucking video right now.
You need to understand that man is fucking different.
Nah, that's funny. That's funny for real. Bro, I think it's you're the one who would tell me about the same video now. So make it make sense.
Because I just can't forget about this one. Yo, certain things, I'm just never going to forget it. Because I just can't understand it. Fuck me then, man. Sherlock Holmes, you're a different breed.
What would I even search? Batman's identity?
Yeah, it's a cancel, man.
Bro, why do you think females really hate them niggas?
Because they have poor fucking choice. That's why they hate that niggas, bro. These girls, right? They gonna say exactly what they hate and then go pick up that and then get vexed. They hate themselves. And that's why they hate us.
Maybe. Where do you think this world really going to with all this whole cancel and toxic talk? Because nobody's
really,
trying to get better.
It don't really concern me because I'm making my money.
Okay.
Once they don't cancel my money.
I cannot find it. That's weird.
The Batman, the Brave and the Bold. That's where it came from. If you can't find it, that means they no way. It is very hard to find. Like Brave and the Bold type content. Yo, you know what I be thinking about lately? So remember when you were young, right? And your mother used to watch them soap opera, right?
Mm-hmm.
You remember the one they may have one named Passions? Because you used to watch them with her, right?
Yeah.
Passions, that's the one with the witch, right? That's the one with the fucking witch. I don't remember that. Yes.
Yeah, Passions was solid.
That's the one with the witch, right? Because they had a witch in one of them. And I talked to mommy about it, right? And she told me she don't remember it. I was like, Geraldine, there's no way that I used to sit down and watch this with you around 3 o'clock or something. And you telling me you don't remember this. Because I don't think I made it up. I remember the name Passions, and I remember there was a witch. Maybe it wasn't that one, but I know it wasn't Bold and the Beautiful. Or I don't know any other ones.
No, Passion had a witch in it, and they had some cute little kid. That she used to have like blonde hair or some shit. Let me see if I can find footage tonight.
Okay, at least I remember it. So Geraldine definitely bugging out.
Passion, a TV series from 1999 to 2008. Maybe that's not the one.
Hey, it could still be.
This is what you remember?
All done.
Yes, bitch.
Well,
yes.
Aren't you a handsome devil?
Yo, I used to be playing
Grace is going to regret it if she goes up against
computer.
old Tabitha. Isn't that right, Timmy?
Oh, wow. The girl,
I
your
said,
friend, she
isn't
said
that
it.
right, Timmy?
Yeah, she's cool, bro. Why she know this?
Timmy!
I honestly enjoyed this when I was younger.
As the World Turned and General Hospital was nice. I'm Bold and the
As the
Beautiful.
World Turned. I feel like I've heard that As the World Turned. I remember Bold and the Beautiful because I remember the old nigga. Who what's his name? Victor? Victor, yeah, Victor.
Newman.
Yeah, I didn't know his last name, but I remember Victor. That was my guy, bro. That nigga was straight pimping, bro. I fucked with him. Yo, I really used to be playing Castlevania off of a GBA emulator on my computer. And that's how I saw this shit when my mom used to watch this shit. And I was really interested in Passions and Bold and the Beautiful. The other ones of them didn't catch my attention. Victor made Bold and the Beautiful cool. He had a son named Nick or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Nick wasn't like pimping like Victor. This one, it was just funny.
Imagine that. You have your type now up on my PC and at the Mac.
Yo, so right in Jersey, I think last week there was a heist, right?
Hey.
Not really. It was a heist. They pull up and they broke into a fucking ATM in 3 minutes. They dipped off with 100K. 3 minutes, Timon. I need to meet people like this. I want to know people who do exciting shit like this. Where the fuck do I meet criminals?
On Craigslist.
I don't want to meet Craigslist criminals. They get caught.
Yo, did Bold and the Beautiful remake the intro?
I can't answer that question. No. Hey, remember this year?
It's check. This is gonna be a vibe now. Bro. Iconic.
Yo.
Jeez. Bill a bitch.
Being real.
Oh, Thomas is a G. He was that rich guy that Victor Newman always had beef with. Oh, I know how it bro.
I feel like I look good enough to be on TV. I am going to find some audition somewhere. I feel like I look good enough to be on TV. Just looking at this, just looking at all the people. I got a TV face.
Nah. But real talks. You could just get some head. People still do headshots.
I don't know about us. I was on Twitter and I saw how that nigga, the kind of slow guy in Euphoria. Oh, he basically stumbled onto the set and then boom, he got hired because it's just nigga so likable.
I didn't know A$AP Rocky and Rihanna was doing a music video, or is it just A$AP with Rihanna featuring in the video?
I
saw
don't know,
snippets, but yeah. Want to
With
hear it
the-
or nah?
Nah,
All right, bet.
I like ASAP, but in regards to Rihanna, I just don't want to hear it. I don't care to hear about people in love.
Why? Why you have against love? Hate
Nothing.
his girls. Listen. Go ahead, talk, Jaren.
Nothing. I just don't find other people love life something that I really want to pay attention to.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, I would say about that.
Oh, nothing. You mind your business.
So yeah, when I see girls and they watch YouTube couples, that shit piss me off.
Okay, they have nothing better to do, huh?
Absolutely nothing better to do, bro. YouTube is a place where you can go and you can watch people create content, but yeah, sit down and watch other people's life. That's weird as shit.
Bro, have you seen? Not gonna play no audio. Have you guys seen Full Metal Alchemist? Why am I saying that? Oh, I know why I'm saying that. I put Rishana on to Full Metal Brotherhood. By the way, you remember that one, or you never watched it?
I don't know.
Okay, all right. But you never watched Brotherhood, is what you're saying?
No, I watched Brotherhood,
Okay.
but these are things that like Full Metal Alchemist was not really an anime that I was too invested in. So I feel like I didn't really pay too much attention to it.
Okay, but you watched Demon Slayer, right?
I do, but I haven't watched it in a while. So I feel like I'm going to stop watching it.
Okay. Yeah, I think you should stop watching it until a couple of seasons come out, because I read the manga and bro, from start to finish, this anime is perfection. I don't just toss that around.
Yeah, no, I know it's really good, but what it is the same way how I don't watch movies. I'm falling off of media in general.
Oh, okay. I totally get that. It's like when I realized, Eggwater that used to live in Newfield. Yeah, he used to be like a really serious Pokemon fanatic, like a fan. And like as time grew, like he just got busy and other things came up, and he didn't even play Pokemon that much, but he's still a fan at heart. He just can't find the time for it. Because at the time when Diamond and Pearl came out, no, it wasn't Diamond and Pearl. It was the one after Diamond and Pearl? Black and White? Platinum? No, after that.
Diamond and Pearl. It was Leaf Green and them came out. They came out after Diamond and Pearl, and then they moved into the next generation.
Okay, yeah, the next generation after that.
Then that was Black and White.
Yeah, so when Black and White came out, I was like, bro, you're gonna get Black and White. He's just like, man, he want to, but like he don't see that he can find the time to actually put in that game because Egwato went to it to like get into mechanics and shit. So he works on cars and all that fuckery.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just like, bro, when he said that, I couldn't even believe it. I was like, this guy really was about our Pokemon life, and he said he don't have time for it. So he kind of made me like from that moment, I was just like, bro, when you grew up, you really don't have time for this childish shit. You know what I mean? So I totally understand when you're saying like, yeah, you know, it's just like you don't have time to really put into it, but you can try to invest as much as you can, but just not as much. Sadly, I have a lot of time to squeeze in things. So I try to make it work, but sometimes I really feel like I'm putting too much on my plate just to make things work. And I'm just like, you know, you don't have to do these things just because you used to do them. You know, you can set aside a period of time, like maybe this month you catch up and you not try to put everything on a schedule so you can have it all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm going to catch up, you know, like so long as it's still something that I like at that point in time, I feel like I'm going to catch up. I just have a lot on my plate right now and I cannot add anything else. So I just need to go through with these things so I can like eliminate it and then I can have more free time for myself. Because as I said, like I got back into the photography and I'm doing some editing and I don't even know why I really did that. Because after I take a couple pictures and I start editing, I was like, oh shit, it's my bedtime. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh fuck, no, I gotta cook. It's just too fucking much going on. Bro, life. Honestly, being an adult, that shit is not fun.
No, I feel you. I get you.
Actually, cap. It's pretty fucking fun.
Nah, editing be getting tedious sometimes, not gonna lie. And since I got those other GoPro footage, I wanted to like, because I haven't really edited any of my 360 videos yet. I've only opened up the app and dabbled with a few of them. And it's so sick because you have 360 to work with and you can set like a keyframe saying, all right, I want this keyframe here in this angle, this orientation. And you can look for the next one and then set the next keyframe and it will transition from your steady keyframe into the next one. So it gives you this full effect, like you missed nothing on your way to turning the camera. So like you could be looking 180 and shit going on and something behind you happen. And you can just you don't have to put a transition. You just go over to the other side 180 and then put your other keyframe to catch what's behind you. And it will look like the camera literally did a swing to get to the other side. So you just add this nice element of how the fuck are you everywhere but nowhere, but still everywhere? And I don't see. And yeah, it's just sick. So I really want to like put some time into editing that, but I just can't find it.
It's not everywhere but nowhere. It's like you're actually on the scene and you change focus to something.
Yeah.
Like I know that exact transition because it's hard to transition like somebody turning their head to see something on the other side of them. I can understand what you're saying there.
Like when I want to learn how to like make them into like their own thing, so I don't have to edit them. So like you throw on a VR, you can just look around and see everything without me having to guide you. So that's the next thing I want to learn. But after I finish learning the color coding and stuff for like regular video, you know, oh fuck, that could actually be why they have two types of videos. You remember I was telling you one of them is like really good quality and the other one is just whatever?
Yeah.
I think one is for 360 viewing and the other one is for editing. Because the one for editing is more raw. And the 360 one is like you get what you get. So that could be it.
You see that? You just they complain for nothing.
You check?
Ungrateful.
Ungrateful, no fuck. M-U-S-T. Murder.
Yo, I never used to understand what she talk about. Yo, because grandma, I used to say that shit and she'll wave her knife. I was like, yo, what is someone jump it? I'm on the threaten for kill me. Yo, I am coming to Canada sometime soon. By soon, I mean sometime before the year done.
Okay.
Yes.
It's not sometimes in the winter because I don't go places.
I am not going nowhere during the winter. You realize I post a lot of pictures in my shots. But my legs them looking sexy, you know. So I come in sometime where I can wear shots. Yo, the other day The other day I was with a girl, bro, and she called me a slut because I like to keep my legs up. And I'm
Bro,
not offended, bro. That's
before you leave, what are your thoughts on that cologne?
it's really nice. It's really nice because it's nothing too bold, right? It's something calm. So when what if a girl like the smell and she like, oh, she want to come smell it, she want to smell you or whatever. She kind of have to come in real close to like your neck to like smell it. Like it's calm. Like it pulls people in.
What's it called? Sauvage?
Yes, I can't really pronounce the name. I think it's Sauvage probably.
Bro, I was at the gas station when I pull up on this smell now. I was minding my business, and this man pull up in the car to the stall on the other side opposite of me. And I was like, yo, that smells nice. Like, I fuck with this smell, right? And I'm putting in gas and he putting in gas, and I look back because it was like perpendicular to the gas pump that I was on. So I look back, I said perpendicular. I mean, not perpendicular. What's the fucking one that is just like opposite but on the other side?
Opposite, but just on the other side.
Yeah, it's
Parallel.
like in parallel.
Yeah, parallel to each other.
Okay, parallel is side by side. Perpendicular is like other side opposite.
Other side opposite.
Yeah, because you remember when they gave you the line, and then they gave you the two parallel lines, and then they did like the one diagonal line going through the two parallels, and it's like whatever the angle is on this side of the line is on the opposite side of the line. Yes, it's Dios.
Sauvage.
Sauvage.
I don't know. It's Sauvage. Sauvage. Yo.
Wait, Kiara, so you smell bad? Yo, take your broke nose somewhere else. Come on.
Go wash again.
You check? Anyways, so yeah, so the man pull up and I was like, yo, this smells really nice. So I said, good day. I don't mean to disturb you, but like, what's that cologne? It smells really nice. And the man was just like, what? Start smiling and stuff, like, you know. I'm just like, okay, I totally get it. You know, somebody really smelling cologne and just want a game.
Yo, yeah, the man, I'm blushed, dude.
I already did. So the man just like, he told me game, he just like, it's Sauvage. So when he said, so this is me, but this fucking nigga trying to say Savage with a fucking cool accent, making it sound fancy. So when I heard Savage, I'm thinking Fenty, you know? So I'm just like, I bet. So I put in Savage, I'm seeing a different bottle. I'm just like, this is not probably what he's talking about, because he's not saying nothing Fenty. So I was gonna ask him and show him the picture, but I was just like, this man gonna think I'm dumb because he said what he said, and I asked him some, you know, some people ask some shit and you say it and they say, what do you mean? When you say Antigua and then somebody say Antigua, that's how I said, and you're upset. I feel like if I did that,
Antigua.
yeah, I feel like if I did that, he would get upset the same way. Like I said Savage and you're talking about Savage, like what, you think I'm retarded? So I didn't want to like give it that energy. So I just took it home. So I was talking to Billy about it and she's like, no, there's actually a cologne called like Sauvage by Dior. And I was just like, word. Went home and told Jaron, send me a picture. Bro, I'm getting one in the store right now. I was like, bro. Actually, I didn't even think he was getting it in the store. I think he had it in his house already.
I already counted, bro.
So I was just like, you know, you're going the right way when your partners and them already know game. But I was just like, wow, the nerve. You couldn't even tell me about it. I had to go discover it on the streets.
Bro, I just bought it the day before. Literally, I just bought it the day before. And that day, I bought like a pair of Clarks too. And like, I bought the whole fit. Like I bought this sweater. I don't know why the fuck I bought the sweater, because the weather getting hot. But that shit look tough. I got some khakis, bro. And they just look real nice with the shoe. I just need to find a shirt. Once I find a shirt, this is what I'm trying to find with my outfits right now, like shirts. It's really hard for me to find shirts.
Nah, I'm gonna definitely try to cop me one of those, dog. That shit smell nice. Like I have a gold, like the cologne gold that somebody got me. I haven't even sprayed it yet. I think everyone saw it and said, give me that now. I was like, you could, because I don't use it. But yeah, like I'm thinking, because the only thing I really be liking is Old Spice. Old Spice just have that nice smell. I'm just like, yeah, I've been doing this since slavery, you know? But like, I don't know. I just always like the smell of Old Spice, and sometimes I don't even be using the cologne. Just like the body wash or the roll on, just make my whole body
Yeah.
smell nice.
My
So,
my deodorant have a really nice smell, like my Old
mhm.
Spice. So
so I've
like people compliment me, they're like, "Yo, what's that smell?" I'm like,
like
"Old
soap,
Spice."
right? So I'm like, I'm already smelling good. Like, why need to go try on these, extra shit? I smell good. I wash
Nah,
my skin regularly, unlike
nah,
some
but
people in Canada.
once you start spraying, bro, it give you an extra sense of confidence, bro. Like
Bro,
I have been walking with my bro. I think I started walking like 25% faster. My head's up more, and like my chest is out. Like trust.
bro, when I first came to Canada, I was talking to this girl and we went to get some coffee. Well, she went to get some coffee. I told her I don't drink coffee. She got me chocolate something. And we were talking, we were saying something about the winter. And I was like, man, yeah, just before I got up here, I took like another shower because like I was home all day and I just felt dirty. And she's like, you wash your skin 3 times a day? I was like, yes, because I was sweating. And she's like, during the winter, I wash my skin once. I was like, once or what?
We
She washes skin once a day. Sometimes she'll go a day without washing skin because she don't sweat. I was like, that's not how cleanliness work. At most, try to wash your skin every day. And I would say at most twice, but I'll be washing during the summer, I'll be washing my skin like 3 times. In the morning, and if I'm home in the afternoons,
nah.
before I go sleep.
I take a shower in the morning and at night.
No, depending on the day, dog. Like if
If
you're
I'm
home sweating, 3 times.
and if I go do shit, like if I'm not going to move, then I just take that shower in the night. Like
In the night, one time.
yeah, like if I tell myself I am not leaving outside this apartment, then I just take that shower in the night. Like fuck, I'm gonna take a shower in the day for. I'm not going
So
anywhere
goes lie
farther
back
than
down and just like what?
yeah. The farthest place I'm gonna go is to my computer, bro.
Yeah, same. But like what she said once, and then sometimes she don't even wash the skin because she didn't sweat or do anything intensive. I'm just like, I understand that it's cold, but the reason why they give you hot water is so you can still keep up with your task at hand. So when she said that, I was totally just like gross. Don't like I wasn't shunning her, judging her too. I was fucking judging. I wasn't shunning her anything because of her decision to wash her skin less. I just found it mad weird. I was like, this is clearly a culture shock, and this is clearly just not for me. I found it strange. I found it weird. Bro, how can you wash it? Literally, she probably washes her skin 3 times a week. If she can go some days without washing. How? Do you
When I was a
sponge
kid,
your privates and
Fuzzy,
arms?
when I was a kid, I remember not showering every day.
That could never happen to me. I got licks to not wash my skin.
Oh,
Give me to
I
not-
said I wasn't home enough for them to beat me.
No, I got fair enough. I got licks to wash my skin. I remember one time I ran in the shower real quick as a kid, and to try to wash my skin real quick, back still warm, and that was a tester. Mommy come and say, "Let me feel your back." I was like, "Excuse me." She put her hand on my back. Her hand was cold to the touch. I was like, "What's up?" She sent me back in and I have to go wash my skin. So I'm like, it's best to just wash my skin and not waste time because they're all gonna come out and check.
Uh,
I remember one time my mom grabbed me and sniffed my arm. I was like, that is too far. I know I'm a kid and I know I'm sometimes dusty, but that's too far.
Nah, I was a little dusty little kid back in my day, bro. That's why I feel like that's why they used to bully me in St. John's Catholic, man.
Oh, Karen, if she's white or Asian, racist. She actually was white. I think she actually no, she didn't even say she's white because she moved to Canada from wherever the flag is blue, yellow, and orange.
I don't
wanna
know
say
why I
some-
was going to say Portugal.
What is this? A Middle Eastern country, but she was from them ends. And when she explained to me, I kind of understood. She's like, back where I came from, we didn't have water like that. So I'm just like, so you came over here and still living that lifestyle? Waste your water.
Hold on, pause. Kiara. So Jeremy was out on the road and I look woman. When I say like that, I'm talking about
I mean,
like
like on a
grade
weekend, like a
6.
Sunday.
No, not
and
even
in
that. I'm talking about grade 6. So I'm talking about me around like 11, 12 or so.
Oh, not washing
Like,
your skin all the time? Yeah.
When mommy be a real little dirty youth. little bad though. When I got older, I got the refined badness. You know? I wasn't running around the place and throwing shit on people's roof anymore. I was getting into different type of trouble.
I had one time I went to school and then washed my skin in the morning. It's like
I
a
never
night.
did that.
It happened to me one time. So what happened was I washed my skin the night, went to sleep, and woke up, right? And I woke up late because my mom came and woke me up for school, and I was just like, yeah, and I went back to sleep. And when I realized, I hear mommy say, "Your auntie outside." So I said, "Fuck." So I go take off I wasn't really wearing that much clothes. I had on like boxers and socks. And I go put on my school clothes. I didn't even take off the other socks. I just put on another socks to match it. I put on my clothes, grab my books, same books from yesterday because they packed my bag. And just ran out. I didn't, bro.
Rough
the fuck. I didn't talk to nobody that fucking day. Everybody's like, Timon, you okay? Yeah, not feeling too good. Stay in the car, didn't talk to nobody. Arms was down. I felt great. I said, this could never happen again. Didn't even eat, bro.
One day, I took a shower, bro. I took a shower. And it was a real hot fucking day, Timon. After I took the shower, I didn't lotion my skin because I was just dying. And I didn't put no fucking deodorant on. But I didn't purposely do it. And I went out here to sit down. And I think it was like 15 minutes after I started sweating. And I could smell the sweat from under my arm. I was like, bro, I just took a fucking shower. This smell unreal. I never have body odor. What the fuck is happening right now? Dog, it was hot.
Can't relate.
Yo, it was fucking hot. Shit's fucking wild.
So what's going on there? What was going on there?
I was just sweating. Actually, it was kind of my hair too.
Okay.
Most times something started funky. I was like, yeah, this is my hair. I gotta wash my hair. Because I realized I'm getting even lazier with washing my hair though. Especially since like it got hurt. I damaged it. I just been getting lazy.
Yeah, you should have been taking more care if it's damaged now, no?
It's really iffy, bro. Because it needs to be cleaned in order for me to do anything. With it being with the new growth re-locking, I kind of feel like I should let the new growth lock a little longer, lock a little while, and then twist it in that way. Because I feel like if I try to twist it in now, I'm going to rip it. But then if I wait longer, it might get heavier and then fall off.
True. But you can just try to get it retwisted from the roots. Because that's how they really do locks now. They just like try to sew it back from the twist from the base. And then I don't know shit about locks, so let me stop there.
I could probably crochet it, you know.
Oh wait, they just twist right now? I thought they were crocheted.
No, wait, what did you say? Because I was reading Kiara thing.
Oh, no, because you say you could just get them crocheted. So I'm wondering if your hair is just twist or if they're crocheted.
Mine's just twist.
Oh, okay. Mine should don't move. Once they crochet it in, that's it.
Yeah, I started mine with from 2-strand twist.
Okay.
Kiara, you pick and choose the people and them that I go around. So if they have bad hygiene, you chose that. You the one who look on that and say, wow, this is mine.
See, but she usually see them with shoes and socks on. So she don't know what the feet look like.
Them man's boss, I swear to God, people who have bad hygiene, they look like their skin just thicker than ours. Honestly, this skin just look a little different. So you know what I mean, right?
Not really.
I swear to God, their skin just look different. It look more tough.
Nah, but it's kind of funny though because like Antiguans like to wear size smaller, so all of them have bunions and onions. Yeah, and a lot of them play sports and barefoot and all kind of stuff. So either their foot tough and their foot crooked and they toe here doing this. So when she said talk about like Antigua men foot care, I was laughing in my head because I'm just like Antigua niggas got some gross feet.
Completely true. Trust me, Kiara. I never did pull out one specific person. I know how Antigua people look. Antigua from. Nah,
but I think his nigga's weird. Bro, so Ricardo Drew did drop an album and I did not like it. I was listening to it because I saw it pop up on Spotify and I was just like, oh, okay. And a couple songs I listened to, I was just like, stretch.
Haven't been on the media, man.
You haven't?
really haven't. Like even music, like I haven't been listening to anything. Ah, Bunny and
I remember those.
that boy. Well, they're not really that ugly. It's just my toes ugly.
John has second today, right? You swear a middle finger. Boy can lift things up his toes, okay? If you give John a foot a pen, I'm pretty sure he has better handwriting with his foot than his hands.
I would believe that because my left hand write just as bad as my right hand. So I could say I'm ambidextrous.
Ambidextrous. Ooh,
but...
you see what you said? That's so nice. I almost had a stroke saying it to my head. I was about to say ambidextrous. No, that's right. I'm ambidextrous. That's what I was going to say until you said B. When you pronounce that B, I was like, it's ambidextrous.
Like, yeah, I could lie and say it, but I know I'm not because I can't throw with my left hand. And you know what's crazy, bro? If I flex my right and my left on my left hand, the muscle's soft. So I think this hand is just retarded.
Bro, and some women feet in Antigua look like old lady feet. I was like, bro, what are you doing? This is genetics or are you pruning these? Because you know, like how back in Asia, they were like making it toes kind of weird. Like ballerina. No, fuck it. Those dancers in Antigua who work at hotels and so have some fucked up feet. And I feel like it's all dancers. You ever notice that?
No, because I don't look at feet.
It's not that I'm studying feet, but you can't not look at feet when feet cocking up. You know what I mean?
Yes, you can, because I don't see feet when feet cocking up. You know what it is? I hate toes. And because I hate toes, I don't see feet.
That would make sense. Anyways, people, good night. All right, John.
Yeah. Good night, man. Bless.
Darling, please stop driving me crazy. Oh no.